Nintendo game, though. Because you also do want weapon switching on L and R buttons. We're live, by the way.
I sure don't.
Well, where else are you going to put it?
Anywhere else? Because I'm gonna use the pause menu anyway.
Well, see, okay, here's the thing. My thing is, like, L and R buttons are that, because that's the most convenient, but it's also, like, I get it. But on a PS1, but on a post-PS1 controller, it's obviously. Anyway, let me post this in the right places so that I can inform the people that we are, in fact, live.
So I don't think I'll be staying for, like, all of this.
Okay,
because
that's
I'll
fine.
need to make dinner at some point. But, yeah.
Hopefully other people might trickle in. You never know. And then let me post this in general, the other Discord. Okay, we're good to start. No, still. Wait, what did I put as the num? Okay, DMC1 number 2. Okay, that is correct. All right, let me. And we'll run it in full screen. Alright, now we should be good. So, last time in the DMC1 stream, I just beat the first fight with the mysterious figure known only as Nello Angelo.
Who could it be?
Who could it be? And then...
That's supposed to be Nero Angelo, right? Like
no, it's Nello. It's
It is.
Really?
It is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Nero Angelo.
But don't they run with it like in 5? There is an enemy called the Nello Angelos.
Probably, but like it definitely was originally just.
So does that mean Virgil? Because if the name Nero was in his mind whenever Mundus took control of him, does that mean Virgil? Actually, he just straight up didn't know Nero existed, so never mind. I was gonna ask if he named him, but no. Anyway, so we absorbed a key that hurts you, and we got to run back to the door, but we also got to get blorbs. What is lock on again?
You want to know something funny? Okay, so for one thing, I think.
Let me turn this down because it's real fucking loud.
I think your video's stuck on this game contains scenes of explicit violence.
Oh, okay.
And the second thing is, I think you went live at the exact same time as Germa, so on my Twitch app, it showed that you had more viewers than him because he was at 0.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I guess what that means is we're gonna have to exit. OBS, it's right. Okay, so I guess I cannot play this in full screen. How is this? Is this fine? Is this fine?
You're in the pause screen.
Yeah. Can you see me moving the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then.
A couple seconds later.
All right, let me. What's the lock on? Oh, is there just not? No, I know there's lock on in this game. Oh, whatever. The problem is the shotgun is the bad weapon for this. That was my mistake. I'm just gonna reset that. That was embarrassing.
So I said I haven't played this game, but I do know that I think they took that enemy and that to one of these.
Oh yeah,
right?
the whole roster is back and scattered throughout 4 and 5. So Because I don't think there are any DMC1 enemies in 3. Also, I'm very bad at this
Does
game.
DMC3 not have the scissor guys?
No, I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't remember them in 3.
Okay. So while we have the chance, we're gonna... Yeah, I know there's lock-on, because you... Oh, it's auto lock-on. That's right. That's right. You don't...
Does it really not have auto lock on? Like, is it not?
No, it is auto lock-on, but it doesn't, like, have a... I'm pretty sure...
Isn't it like one of the triggers or something?
It probably is, but I'm... It is just faster to fully reset than to just fucking... Does this emulator not have a reset figure? There's no way it doesn't. Let me look in the settings, because... System... Wait, crap. That was the wrong thing to hit. Great stream, I know, but,
Why is Elden Ring so big?
because they wanted to prove themselves.
Yeah. Are you have you been playing Elden Ring?
I am playing Elden Ring right now.
Yeah, I was playing it earlier. Like 35 hours into it. I really like it. I think it's
God
great.
damn, yeah, no, that's high praise if you're...
I am
And
just
I've
over.
I've only beat like 2 of the demigods so far, so there's a lot.
I have 4 of the Great Runes. I have no idea how many more there are because I have some items that I think have something to do with those, but I don't know if they really count.
Let me just look.
I have no idea how much more of this game there is. I keep thinking, oh yeah, I've seen most of the map. There's just that area up in the corner I haven't been to, and then I find another place.
Yeah, because there are like places that aren't normally reachable, so you have to go underground or through a teleporter. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, that... God damn it. I'm probably going to die now, because I fucked up the jump. Oh well. I could go the exit, but I'm going to get blue orb, because that's too important. Fuck. Okay, now I'm really gonna die. I am very bad at this game. And unlike DMC3 and onward, I can't replay missions to grind to get moves and orbs. It's too
That's
hot.
insane to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a PS... Well, because this game... Fun thing about this game, it's basically Resident Evil 1. Like, in terms of structure and pacing. And okay, how do you get up there? Is it... Do you go over this way? Is it over... Do I fucking need air hike?
So if you need air hike and you don't have it, you just can't get this in your playthrough?
No, you can still go back to old areas. You just can't do missions.
Okay. So Andy, there's a boss in Elden Ring that is, I think, like Whitebeard from One Piece.
Oh, that's raw as shit. Oh, okay, okay. I see what they want me to do. All right.
What boss?
Radon.
Hmm.
In the sense that I mean that in the sense that you're told, oh, he's not even at his prime. He's weak as shit right now.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? Yeah.
Fuck. Well, I might as well reset because can I go into the menu and reset? Yes, I can. Okay. At least I can do that. Yes. Equip Ebony and Ivory.
So Andy, what's your favorite Mia game?
I'm gonna be honest. This is the only one I haven't played. I've played.
Oh, okay. For real?
Yeah, I've never actually played. I played a platinum game, unfortunately. I need to
I
get
would
on.
definitely recommend.
Oh, I have Bayonetta 1 on Steam. Like, I'm gonna play that.
Yeah. I'd recommend that, and Okami, and then if you're more of a diehard.
Oh, that's right. Okami is also him. I haven't played that either, but
Yeah.
that's also.
Okami is easy one.
So my stream
Everything else.
schedule for the rest of the year in terms of stuff that I'm gonna do is I know I'm gonna do Sonic 3. Well, I'm gonna start Arkham Asylum on Saturday because the Batman is out.
Andy, when are you gonna play Wonderful 101 on the hardest difficulty?
Never. Okay, Lid. I will play it when you have a complete mastery understanding of every single fucking move and mechanic in that game and can explain it to me effortlessly. How's that sound?
I don't know if anyone has that arcane.
Kamiya sure doesn't.
Yeah, not even he can do it. It's impossible.
I remember we were talking about a podcast that explained moves, and then I was explaining the moves that you could do with no context, and you were getting mad because you didn't know those moves were in the game.
Yeah, like it's dumb. Wonderful 101 is a dumb video game.
I will say,
Jane Inferno asks Nier Automata when.
Someday. Not soon. Definitely not this year, but someday. If I'm streaming over the next like 2 or 3 years, I'm sure I'll get around to it. Should I play Nier Automata or the remake of 1 first? Or should I play a Draken? I am not touching fucking Drakengard until they remake that shit and make it play like a normal video game.
I think it just depends.
I got it right
you
the
know?
first time. I don't know. Do
They
I need to?
don't-
Stinger jump?
I don't think the continuity, what little continuity exists between the games, is that important.
That's true. That's true. It's mostly just, from what I understand, Easter egg shit for fans.
You know, the Wonderful 101, I like the idea behind it. I just don't really like the execution very much.
And yet the Wii U version is also still the best version somehow.
That's the only one I played. I haven't played the Switch.
The remaster is not very good. Nintendo was going to offer to publish it for them, but then they said no because then they couldn't publish it on other systems. And so Platinum put out a lazy remake. By the way, Lit, did you hear Babylon's Fall is out? I believe it had, at most peak, 600 players.
I thought it was just an early access.
What's the difference? Oh, fuck me.
It's definitely funny to me how Horizon, the first one,
Yeah?
released right before Breath of the Wild. The second one released right
And
before
Horizon seems like a fine series, fine enough series, for what it is. Like, I like open world trash to a certain extent. I think the good Far Cry games are pretty fun. And by the good ones, I mean, I like 3 and 4. 2 also seems good, and maybe I'll try Primal someday.
Before Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring, the open world game I played before that, I think you'd have to go back to Assassin's Creed 2.
That was one
don't
of
really
the
engage
defining... What the fuck? Come on. That was one of the defining open world games of its generation. Did you play any of the sequels? And I don't mean Assassin's Creed 3.
No, I said, like, that's the only Assassin's Creed. That's, like, you'd have to go back to that game in 2009, the last open world game I tried before Breath of the Wild or Elden Ring. So it's funny to me when people say it's refreshing to have, you know, these characters who don't speak, when I don't really play that genre, so I can't even imagine how annoying that would actually be to have the main character chatting all the time.
Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's less fine. So in terms of things that I'm definitely going to play this year, Arkham Asylum Saturday. I'm not giving up on DMC1 because I know I'm not beating it this stream, but I'm going to I'm gonna be switching in between the two until I beat DMC1, which will probably happen first, hopefully, and then in April when the Sonic movie comes out, which me and Lit are going to see in theaters together. Come on, man. I'm not going to see that movie alone, and I want to see it in theaters, so...
I think you would see it alone if you had to, right?
Well, I don't have a car, so... And
Okay.
I could very easily take a bus to the movie theater, but fuck that. So I'm doing Sonic 3 then. After that, we might hear here for a while. After that, I'm going to do sometime.
By the way, if I ever get asked a question and don't respond right away, it's because the video game does not pause.
It's still, I understand why they do it, but it is. Actually, yes, Souls games do pause. You just gotta alt-tab the game out in full screen mode.
I don't know if that works on PC.
It works in Dark Souls 1 Prepare to Die edition.
Speaking of which, how far are you at this point?
I literally just entered Blighttown for the first time.
Okay. Are you going in the normal way?
I'm gonna try the normal way, and if I don't like it, I'll do the secret way. Because I do have the Master Key. I picked Bandit, I think. I'm using a halberd and shield as my main attacking, because pole arms are really good in Souls games because range.
Yes, as far as DPS goes, halberds and pole arms and scythes are actually just straight up the best.
Yeah,
they're just the best in Dark Souls.
Because the thing is, Dark Souls games
Well,
are
you know
not
what?
like honorable. Oh, I wanna get some combos. It's bullshit. I want to fucking make sure my. Come on! I want to make sure I want to win by whatever means necessary and just cheese my way through shit. I've heard Elden Ring is the most you can cheese your way through a Souls game in a while.
Like in what way?
In just like
Some ways, yes. In
just
some
like
ways, no.
kill
Like
things with
in the
arrows and
overworld,
stuff
yeah.
and hide and use like bullshit. It has the more combat options certainly than Sekiro
To
did.
some degree, but there are definitely also bosses in the game where it's like, oh no, you have to fight me for real, and I'm going to make it as miserable as possible.
Yeah, like Radon.
Okay.
I mean,
Or Radon
I
is
figured out-
actually not who I was thinking of. Have you fought Commander Nile?
Commander O'Neill.
No, Commander Nile.
Oh God.
the harder version of the boss.
No, because I have fought Commander O'Neill, and he wasn't like too bad. So
No,
Okay,
I have a suggestion for a
would
Souls
you
boss
like a-
after this.
I won't tell you what like the changes are in like the actual fight with the boss, but you know Commander O'Neill's whole thing is that he summons spirits.
yeah.
Imagine if the spirits that he summoned just had ridiculous undodgeable combos and like the only like
I mean, look at
it's
this.
just impossible. It's a rough fight.
There are, yeah, I mean that's why you can, like in the overworld you can just like run past everything unless you're being invaded, so you can cheese in that way, but you know there are bosses where yeah, you really do have to either deal with their bullshit or do something else. Like there was this one boss, you know, the one of the Beast Sanctum, where I was like, oh, I'm just gonna hide through the door, and that did
There's
not
a
work.
boss there?
Yeah, right outside.
What the
The guy
fuck?
guarding it.
Oh, that's a boss?
Yeah.
I just snuck past him.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
so the health bar never showed up or
like,
anything.
you don't have to fight him by any means, but like if you want to fight him, 'cause I'm guessing you dropped a lot of soul or
Yeah.
runes. Yeah, trying to fight him through the door and cheesing him does not work, because he will
Ooh.
hit you with something that can go way through. It's really funny.
All right, yeah, I think I need
Yeah.
air raid or air hike or something because I went to watch the super best friends play through of DMC1 because I knew Pat didn't have any of the movement tech for this fucking game yet at this point. So that's why we're just gonna move on and come back for that blue orb in a second. Which means everything I have done in this stream was literally for nothing.
Content.
Well, to be fair, this is more me assuming that I could do something rather than the game telling me to do something that I can't. This is my fault, not Devil May Cry 1's fault. I will let you know when something is I will let you know when something is Devil May Cry 1's fault. Like, I'm assuming we'll get some awful fucking platforming section today. Because that's
Five
like...
might be the best one just because it doesn't have platforming. Like, for that alone.
Okay. Which has the more bullshit secret missions? I forget. 3 or 4?
I want to say 3, but I could be misremembering. I don't know. I remember some bullshit in both, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, yes, I should have read on the wiki when I said I could do this that I need air raid or air hike. Okay, that's my fault. I literally... I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so of course reading comprehension is a problem.
So
how's that Kirby demo, Lid?
oh god, the Kirby demo. That is This is just Blowout Blast 3D World Edition.
With copy abilities.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Who cares?
I feel like that's just 3D World
I mean,
had
that
more
sounds good
power.
to me.
Yeah,
love-
that's the thing. Is I was
love
gonna
World
ask you,
Blast and 3D World.
does it just control like fucking like the Wii U version of 3D World? Because that's what it looked like in the trailers.
No, it has fluid analog movement.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it like that, but with like play like that, but with analog?
Well.
Oh, I got an S rank.
3D World on Switch doesn't have smooth analog movement. It's still 8 directions, even though it makes you use the stick.
Which is fine.
So
Wholeheartedly disagree. But Kirby, he's bouncy.
yes,
He can sit down.
that's cool.
He eats cars.
Yeah, he does. Well, I don't know if I believe you have to swallow something to eat it.
Digestion begins in the mouth, actually.
Oh.
Anyway.
So I'm not playing the demo just because I'm already know that I'm gonna get it, and it's like, well, I don't really want to.
Same.
do
Plus,
this
I
and
have to download it through certain means you might be seeing right now. How's it run?
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh no.
It doesn't run like terrible.
But
it does the thing. Okay, so the first thing is, right, like,
oh, thank God.
this is not a this is a linear platformer. There is always a lot of like detail in the background and off to the side, but like, you cannot jump off the side of the building and explore. It is a linear platformer. It is a very good looking one most of the time. The game has some pretty heavy like depth of field effects, presumably to
I
hide.
just beat this area in Dark Souls. These are the exact. By the way, I forgot how fucking bad Curse was in DS1. Holy shit!
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
I had the-
Those enemies are back in Elden Ring.
Of course they are.
You know how to cure it, right?
I mean, I had one of the items to cure it, right?
Okay.
But I had
Do you know how to cure it when you run out?
No, but are there enemies that can curse me in Blighttown?
Not on the main path. There might be like a room somewhere, but not on the main path.
Okay, that's somewhat something.
The game, it does the thing where like distant enemies will run at a lower frame rate. The worst thing, like in terms of like the frame rate of like the overall game, like in any way that like impacts playing it, is there's only like, because like you don't have, I actually didn't even try. You might not have any camera control at all, because it is such a 3D world-esque type thing, and there wasn't much camera control in that either. If you move to an area where like a large object will be between Kirby and the camera, the like dithering effect that it uses in place of transparency will tank the frame rate to shit.
That's not great.
But again, it's like fixed camera, and like I've only found like 2 places where it's even possible to do that.
I forgot
so-
DMC1 had those. For if you can't see what I'm talking about, it's the things you hit to get a bunch of red orbs.
Yeah.
So I have an item. So my sword is at plus 24 right now.
I didn't know it could go that. It can go that high. Wow.
I have an item that will bring it to plus 25, but it appears to actually make my damage worse. And I don't know if that's intended.
Oh, FromSoft, you quirky bastards.
That's another thing about cheese in this game is just how easy it is, since you can just decide, I want to do this boss later, and then you come back ridiculously over leveled.
Isn't that the reason why the first boss is so hard?
Probably.
He's not that bad.
I legitimately thought.
Can we
that
make sure
Margit-
you're talking about the same boss?
Yeah, are you talking about Margit?
Yeah, like I'm not saying he's easy, but he's not like that bad.
I legitimately thought that he was like Nameless King hard.
Wow, I thought Godric was really hard.
I
But,
beat Godric first try.
Oh, congrats! But yeah, Godric I thought was harder than I'd say every Bloodborne boss except for Orphan. So
Wow, that I've never Orphan of Cause is the only boss in Bloodborne's like outside of the Chalice dungeons that I haven't beaten.
I mean, it's
If I-
totally
harder than everyone
disagree.
except for Orphan. Orphan's still way harder. But I'm saying like I don't think that
Like
I think Godric's harder than Lawrence.
yeah,
But
I don't
obviously,
know.
good for you that you beat him first try. I did not. May have been my build. Then playing a mage.
Yeah, I'm doing like a mostly sword, but with like learning some buff spells here and there. Like what are the spells that I've got? I've got. Dang it! They make it so hard for you to actually examine what spell, because since you can only do it at bonfires and stuff.
Yeah.
Order's Blade and Black Flame Blade are the main ones that I'm using.
Is that spells or incantations?
They're incantations. I do have some spells. I have Magic Downpour equipped.
By the way, I just realized I forgot. So by the end of let's say summer, games I want to try and get done off the top of my head. Arkham Asylum, DMC1 obviously, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Metroid Zero Mission probably right before E3 for good luck.
Federation Force 2, good luck.
Can I just say, straight up, I kind of forgot Metroid Dread existed.
What?
I just kind of, after playing
For context,
Forza
Eli,
Horizon,
this person thinks a Metroid Dread is a 7 out of 10.
after
I
playing
disagree.
Forza Horizon,
Okay, that's fine.
what?
Eli just said I
I
respectfully
but
disagree.
that's fine.
I still couldn't understand any of that.
Respectfully
Alright.
disagree.
Okay, just both of you were talking at the same time.
Sorry about that.
It was just.
But yeah, Zero Mission, Ocarina of Time, and Doom 2, and maybe Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah,
Like,
I wish I could say more about this game. I really can't. I definitely could say stuff about like Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah. I feel like Ocarina, like A Link to the Past is a Zelda I like more, but I'm gonna do Ocarina first. Because I also want to play through I've never played through the 3DS port on PC or the newish PC port, and I want to try those as well. Here's hoping Citra plays nice for the whole time. Because it's usable, but not ideal.
What do you mean you're not playing on Nintendo Switch Online, the official port?
Even if I had a Switch, okay, so I'm trying to think of like,
Of course not, yeah.
because Lid, you broke and you're double dipping on Mario Kart 8 at some point.
At some point.
I'm
Probably
trying to
April.
get, if I owned a Switch, like, because currently it ain't enough. Would Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games be enough for me on Switch? And the answer is probably not. I think it would take GameCube. I think it would take GameCube for finally getting a GameCube Virtual Console would be what it would take for me to, like, give a shit about to be willing to pay $50. Or maybe if they do Dreamcast somehow.
I think Nintendo Switch Online is shitty and bad, and you should
Correct.
just pirate.
Correct.
Yep.
Well, see, that's as many people have said, there is an argument that the Wii Virtual Console is still the best way to play a decent chunk of the N64 library that is on there. And I was
Yep.
hoping that we could at least hit that standard.
Although currently, the way I intend to replay some Nintendo 64 games in the future is having put all of my Wii U Virtual Console ROMs onto my SNES Mini hooked up to the CRT.
And you're using a classic controller.
Yes, I still.
Lid
thank you for
owns the
reminding me,
CRT, by the way.
I
Okay.
still need to get an
Okay.
extension cable for it. Yes, I have a big old like 33 inch
Well, see,
CRT.
it's not fun. It's not a problem. Like it's a problem when you're fucking using it as like a real controller. But it's not. The wire length is definitely not a problem when you're using a classic controller, as for its original purpose, which is sitting next to you on the couch with a Wiimote.
But with the way that I have everything set up now, I would basically need to put a chair right in front of the TV. Which is
It's
not
so
ideal.
insane how those consoles have the worst cable length of all time. Like, it's like, why would they do that? Like, why? Like, I don't genuinely, like... Nintendo does a lot of things, but, like, even if they're not bad, like, I don't understand. And that's pretty high near the top for me. Because it's not even, like, old man Nintendo. And they were also based on the North American consoles, so why... It's not like Japan, where, like, maybe the Japanese cable length was different. No, they're based on a Super Nintendo, not a Famicom or Super Famicom. Like, what's... Get inside the fucking... Enemies that can phase through walls are not great.
Eli.
There we go.
Yeah.
How far are you in Elden Ring?
Good question. So.
I mean, like.
That is kind of a meaningless question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But like.
I can say I can give some like definite things. I'm level 60.
Okay.
I'm 35.
Yeah,
hours
let's
in.
go.
I'm able to fight Radon. You know, I've unlocked that, but I just haven't beaten him. I have beat Godric and Renala.
Okay.
I've gotten to the Volcano Manor, but haven't explored it yet.
Okay.
And then, you know, so because I'm playing a sorcerer, my goal is to get my intelligence to 60, so that I can use the staff from Renala, that her soul grants you. Plus, I have a helm that grants +6 to intelligence at the cost of vitality and stamina.
Very hard to believe that Eli has a +6
right.
in intelligence.
So you found the Volcano Manor.
Yeah.
Have you found the other major dungeon at the Altus Plateau?
Is that, like, I guess the east of it, right?
Yeah.
I have not explored east really yet, no.
The reason I ask is because me and Rai got to the same boss. I had a +17 weapon. He had a +2 weapon. So I must ask, what is your weapon reinforced to at the moment?
So, that's a good question. Nothing, because the
What?
one I'm using is S-tier scaling, but it can't be upgraded. And once I
There
get my
are
intelligence level
weapons
60
like that in this game?
Yeah. And you can get in the first, like, 10 minutes.
What the fuck?
But I will, once well, now my intelligence is level 52, so I could switch to another staff and start upgrading that, but I might want to wait till I can get it to level 60 and upgrade what I think is probably the best staff, and then I can upgrade it with somber smithing stones. So, yeah.
I am at a point where I believe I have hit the soft cap for HP, where I start getting diminishing returns. I'm at 52 strength, and I'm not getting diminishing returns yet.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like as long as I don't get hit, I'm on an easy streak.
That's true.
My
That's
vigor
true.
stat is at 20, and the mask I'm wearing lowers it.
That's just total glass cannon.
Exactly. But there's some really cool spells in this. There's one that is just a poison cloud, which can hurt you if you get in its way. But like the mariners, it just wrecks them. Those aren't too hard anyway. But like any boss you can get to stand in place, it just annihilates. Plus, I'm going to assume that you can get maybe that stupid laser that Renala uses. I'm going to assume that is
that
accessible.
has to be that. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I've seen an NPC invader use it, so it has to be.
So I'm excited to get that, and I'm going to assume that is pretty high intelligence required. I happen to want to pick magic, but I feel like you can really any of the starting classes will be good, except for the wretched one.
Yeah, the classic intentionally bad character.
What's the
Exactly.
intentionally bad? Is that the naked class in DMC1 or in Dark Souls 1?
Yeah. There's one in every game.
What's the funniest?
The ones I know are depraved and wretched, so yeah.
Waste of skin in Bloodborne.
Waste of skin, yes.
That is technically progress, but we are not going to do that because we have a secret mission to do.
Yeah, so in the very first area of Limgrave, you can find something that teleports you to Caelid, and then you can find that S tier staff and also a really good spell. In the swamp, it's nuts.
In which swamp? There's apparently a million swamps. Oh, by the way, I thought of my Dark Souls.
Swamps are the least bad they've ever been because your horse is immune to it. So as
Okay,
long as it's in the overworld,
so I've thought of a
it's fine.
good boss concept for a Souls game. Then tell me if this is in there. What if... Okay, so you guys know the Great Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Something that looks like that, but is just a poison swamp. Like a physical manifestation of a poison swamp as a boss fight.
I mean, that's in Demon Souls.
Oh, that is?
Wait.
Okay.
Could you repeat it again? The music in my game was too loud. I couldn't tell it.
Me or Eli?
You, Andy.
Okay, so you know the Great Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day? What if that, but it's a giant poison swamp attacking you instead of shit?
And I said that's the Dirty Colossus from Demon Souls.
I guess that's, yeah, you could argue that. I would say that's also kind of what Aldrich is in Dark Souls 3. I mean, it's not a poison swamp, but he is just a room full of goo.
Aldrich is a twink eater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as someone who didn't really vibe with Dark Souls 3, I kind of feel like Elden Ring is good Dark Souls 3. At least that's how it is to me.
Okay.
So to me, it's kind of like it's just bigger Dark Souls 3 to me, but I liked Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 was one of Lid's favorite games of all time.
It is
Okay.
one of the 8 games on backlog that I've given 5 stars.
I'm really
think
excited to
that
play
Elden-
it because the idea of people describe it as like it's the greatest hits of the Souls series, and it's like, well, I love video games or greatest hits collections. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like, you know, honestly, one of the things I really wonder about with, like, you know, it's pretty controversial, you know, which is the better sequel, Dark Souls 2 or 3.
Is it?
And I honestly wonder how much of it has to do with the fact that Dark Souls 2 has had, or at least had, I don't know what they fixed or what, but when it came out, Dark Souls 2, well, I shouldn't say when it came out, because I guess it wasn't really until it came out on the Xbox One and PS4. But, like, Xbox One and PS4 is probably just straight up the best way to play Dark Souls 2. But then PC, or now PS5, is just straight up the best way to play Dark Souls 3. And I kind of wonder if the split has any correlation with who played the games on the
That's an
platforms
interesting
that they
theory.
would
That
good
is
or
a
bad
very
on.
interesting theory.
Because I have straight up seen people who were like, I didn't like Dark Souls 3 when I played it on PS4, and then I played it on PC where it actually can run decent.
Now,
Like,
I have a
lot
question.
more.
Is Dark Souls 3 fine on PS4 Pro?
It's fine. I don't think it's a solid 60, but it's
Is it
like,
at least a consistently solid 30?
I believe
There
it
we
is-
go.
I believe it is unlocked.
No.
40 to 60.
Let me get
So
the
Digital
fucking-
Foundry hates it because the frame pacing is inconsistent. But I would still take that over
Let me get out of here. Let me
30
get outta
frames
here.
a second with inconsistent frame pacing.
Okay. What? What do you mean I failed? Oh, is it? Oh, I think I know why. It's because it needs me to attack them in a specific way. Because the goal of this, I think I dealt damage to them at the beginning, which you're not supposed to do. You're just supposed to, like, have them shoot each other.
Also, I'm not looking at this at all right this fight.
Yeah, basically I'm running in a sewer room, having two giant spiders that you're not supposed to be able to fight until, like, 6 hours later into the game. Or, like, maybe not 6, maybe, like, 2 hours later. And having them try and shoot rocks at each other until one of them dies. And so I can get a blue orb.
So speaking of spiders, fuck Carrion Manor. I hate that place.
So, okay. Have you, I know they have, like, nostalgia, like, Dark Souls 1 styled areas. Is there a map that is just, this is an old Souls game map?
What do you mean? That's
Like,
what the
literally
Legacy
a-
dungeons are.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to make sure. Because I wasn't sure if that was what those literally were.
Yeah, one is you got Stormvale Castle,
Stormvale-
Academy.
Stormvale
What
is,
Doom Volcano Manor is, right?
yeah,
But I haven't looked
Yeah.
through it yet.
it's like Stormvale is, here's Boletaria. Raya Lucaria is, here's, you know, a Grand Archives type place.
Yeah.
Volcano Manor, I guess I would most compare to, like, what's that place? The lava fortress from Dark Souls 2.
I don't know. I didn't get that far in Dark Souls 2 because I hated it.
Fair enough.
Eli is notorious of, if I don't like something, I'm not gonna give it. I'm not gonna give it more than like 30 minutes.
I gave it more than I probably put like 5 or 6 hours.
That's
into Dark
enough.
Souls
That's
2.
enough for a Souls game. I feel like, what would you say is the point? I feel like, you know what I would say is the point in Dark Souls 1 where you have to, like, at least get to that before you can say you don't like it. The Bell Guardians, or the Bell Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Fair.
If you don't like Dark Souls 1, which you're really not gonna like it, because that's the thing I'm learning about Dark Souls 1 is that, like, the Bell Guardian is gargoyles everything up to that is kind of perfect on the intended route, and then you're like, here's the Depths and Blightbound back to back, but then also here's Anor Londo and Sen's Fortress back to back, so you know it evens out.
Yeah, I just use the master key on repeated playthroughs just to skip the depths because I don't care. Also, the best.
Wait, how can you
Build in
you
Dark
skip
Souls
the
1
deaths
is-
with the
is-
master key again?
You go on the other way to Blighttown.
Oh right, yeah. You can just go around. I thought you meant
So
like yeah.
the
No, I know how
highest
you get to
damage
Blighttown
build-
through there. You're right.
Yeah, the highest damage build in Dark Souls 1.
Also,
and
holy
maybe the
shit!
most
I
broken-
forgot. I forgot how bad the Capra Demon was.
Yeah,
What the fuck were they thinking? That was what convinced me to upgrade my polearm, because I'm like, I'm not beating this with an axe. I don't have the room.
yeah, it's a terrible boss fight. Dogs are always worse. What I
Boss
was gonna say
fight? What
is
do you
the-
mean? Capra Demon is a regular enemy.
That does seem at least...
Um,
Lid, should I just go for, like, when I get to the... When I beat, what... The two Dunguses in Anne Orlando. Should I just fucking, should I just go to fucking Bed of Chaos first to get it out of the way? Or should I do something else so I have more levels and stats?
Let me think. I usually do Bed of Chaos first. Not just, to do levels, but also because, what's it fucking called? The bug that you wear on your head.
the maggot.
Yeah, the sunlight maggot. That's what it is. To get that for the Tomb of the Giants.
Also,
Well, I
should
tried-
how hard is Four Kings?
Not awful.
Okay.
Well, okay. I guess
Depends on when you do it.
it depends on when you do it, and it depends on your build.
If I'm halberd and shield,
Depends on the shield.
what would you recommend?
Use a shield that protects against magic.
Does the grass crest do that? I don't have that yet, but I know where it is.
If it
Isn't that
does,
stamina?
it's like it's not great.
Yeah, because I
Probably-
actually
you're
think
probably-
I think shield hate on Souls games is a little overstated. You know why?
Why?
Because shields let you avoid certain amounts of bullshit that dodging isn't as good amount, and that's really the optimal way to play Souls games. Is to engage with is to make your opponent engage with the least amount of bullshit the game throws at you. You must become the bullshit.
And like, I don't know. I watched a little bit of those fucking H-Bomber guy videos a little while ago, and holy shit, like
Cope.
cope.
Yeah,
It's-
that guy sucked.
I
He said
like
that
a
the
lot of
best
his
part-
videos. I actually,
He said that the Bed of Chaos was good. Fuck that guy.
like his. I think some of his videos are definitely better than others, but holy shit, his Dark Souls opinions are fucking cringe.
I'm wondering. Okay, have either of you beaten Quake 1?
Nope.
I've not even.
Goddamn. Because okay, the final boss of Quake 1 is like the Bed of Chaos equivalent of the 90s, in that it's a really bad, stupid platforming challenge that feels totally out of place of everything.
It is funny that they went from awful platforming to you have a force that can double jump.
Well, to be fair,
You're
there
not
were
saying that platforming in Elden
Also-
Ring is like it's not Mario, but it's like it's pretty good.
It's serviceable.
Also, I was talking about this with people on Twitter. Like, one of the things that, like, I lost all interest in, like, playing Sekiro when I found out, it's still an action game. You can't just stealth your way through the whole game.
I lost all
mean-
interest in it when I saw the combat.
Yeah, honestly.
So,
I don't
Lid,
know. I don't know if this is
not-
a hot take or what, but I genuinely think Sekiro feels the most modern in a bad way in its combat.
So not counting Elden Ring, because you haven't beaten it yet, and it could there is still a chance it could melt Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain itself.
I genuinely I am far enough in this game that I even if it could knock it down to like a 4 out of 5 or something, like there's nothing bad enough that could.
Okay,
truly
I'm gonna guess
lose.
your order not counting Elden Ring, because you haven't fully placed it. Based on how you talk about things, Sekiro, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3.
It would probably be more like Sekiro at the bottom.
Yep.
I don't know. The next sort of, I guess if I were doing a tier list, right? Sekiro would be like D. Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne would probably all be C.
Really? I did not expect you to dislike... Okay, so like Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 more than Bloodborne.
I like Dark Souls 1 a lot more than Bloodborne. I put Dark Souls 1 in like A tier and Dark Souls 3 in S.
Would... Okay. If Bloodborne ran like a normal video game, would how much would it...
That might bring it up to a B.
Okay. So still below Dark Souls 1, but pretty good.
Like, Bloodborne is like... Like, it is a trick.
What do you mean?
Bloodborne is a trick.
Yeah, it
In
has trick
terms...
weapons.
What? Oh, that's...
Yeah, it has trick weapons.
That's a good one. Like, it has really good level design, but like, and like I've seen like the map of the world like that some people have put up, but like you never get a sense of how the world fits together. And like that's one of the most valuable things to me in these games is like, you know,
Yeah, real
learning how
sense
the
of
world-
3D space.
yeah, like in Bloodborne, like you almost never can see the other areas of the game from where you are, and even when you could see like a building in the distance, it's like, is that like the chapel? I don't know. It looks like every other building in this city.
Can I give my tier?
Sure, just your ranking.
Alright, oh,
Not counting
Yeah,
Elden Ring because you haven't beaten it yet. You have to at least beat that game.
alright, so am I ranking or am I doing like D tier, C tier, and so on?
Whatever you would prefer.
I'll do the tier. I'd say I haven't played Sekiro, so I can't. Even though I don't think it looks appealing to me, I can't obviously rank it.
Yeah, no.
But I put Dark Souls 2 in D. I put Dark Souls 3 in C. I would put Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls in A, and Bloodborne in S. And I can't see Elden Ring really going lower than A, and it might also be S. So,
Sorry, where's Dark Souls 3 is slightly above Dark Souls...
C.
Okay.
Yeah, C tier.
Interesting. And
The great thing about Elden Ring is I never have to think about Dark Souls 3 again.
you know what that quote reminds me of? It's like how people when DMC5 came out, people said, I never have to buy Devil May Cry 4 again.
You know,
Kinda, I mean, yeah.
you know
Does
what?
DMC4 still have the better Bloody Palace? Because that's like I guess that and being able to play as Trish and Lady are the what it has.
I don't think it has a better Bloody Palace.
You know what
think
value?
mine. Yeah.
You know what value I think Dark Souls 3 still very much has for me? Like.
It's shorter.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. It's just Dark Souls 3 is a game that I'm confident I could replay and beat in an afternoon if I wanted to, and I cannot do that for Elden Ring.
Yet.
Yeah, I don't even know what Elden Ring speedruns are gonna look.
Like, yeah. What are they gonna do?
Oh, there's probably some map clipping bullshit.
That's what I'm worried about. But like, there's no way that like that would be the most popular category.
Oh yeah, no.
Glitchless. I wonder what that would be. Yeah.
Is there? I wonder. What's like the other game that I think of as super long? Like, what the fuck does speedrunning for that look like? Glitchless. Dragon Quest VII.
Oh God.
So Dragon Quest VII, I think, for a while, held the record
Why
for
would you speedrun that?
most text in a video game. People will speedrun literally anything. That is
Awful.
Yeah, no.
Especially if it was like the original PS1 version.
Do you not even like Dragon Quest VII?
It's not one of my favorite Dragon.
The big thing I've heard is it's
I put, like,
not
25
great, but
hours
it's
into
better
it.
than 6. That seems to be the consensus from people.
Oh no, I like 6 more.
People talk about 6 like it's the black sheep.
It's not. I definitely prefer 6 to 7. I don't think 6 is the best.
I've only
the
played a
Famicom
bit of the DS
edited.
remake of 4. Like, I got to, I think, the 4th party member. I think I got to the merchant guy. So I know Dragon Quest... It's also, playing Dragon Quest for the first time, it was amazing of realizing, oh my god, so much of this is just Pokemon's formula. Like not just, like, the obvious monster catching
So much
stuff.
of it is in everything, yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of people who say, and I think a very definite amount of cause to say it, that virtually every big RPG that has a gimmick just took it from Dragon Quest.
JRPGs,
At least,
certainly.
Like the turn-based one, yeah.
I will say, I do think the wagon system is really cool, because I was like, I'm going into Dragon Quest for the first time, and it's like, okay, what do you have that's better than active time battle? Because active time battle is still pretty cool. And the wagon system is a... Because you don't like ATB?
I really wish I could turn it off in the game's patch. If that is Dan.
Nah, that's lame. That's lame. Especially in Chrono Trigger. I love being able to positioning enemies on the battlefield and stuff. I will say it doesn't add
I don't mind
that...
it as much in Chrono Trigger because I just like the presentation of Chrono Trigger more, so I guess it bothers me less. But
I think
Final
4
Fantasy
is the game that
is
uses it
worse,
the most interesting, because once you get... I don't think the PS1 games really, like, do anything super gimmicky or interesting with... Is there, like, a quintessential, like, ATB boss in Final Fantasy VII?
There probably is an 8, and I just replayed that game, so I probably should know what it is, but Elden Ring has taken over my whole brain, so I don't remember.
No, totally. You know, KOF 15 is one of the best fighting games I've, like,
Do you
years,
think your mind will
and
be
I
clear
haven't
by
really
the time
tried it
Kirby comes
since
out?
Elden Ring.
Kirby is in more than 3 weeks, so slightly more. It's like 3 weeks in a day. But the point is, I sure fucking hope so.
I'm gonna play that game.
Elden Ring in my brain.
Yeah, I'm still... I don't regret not playing it right now, because it's like, I'll play it in a little bit once we see patches and stuff.
You'll play it once the wiki knows where
Andy.
everything is.
Oh, shit, what?
Andy, patches is already in the game. What do you mean?
Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck.
That's true, he is. This is just Dark Souls.
Okay, how early in the game do you know, what if Solaire is the final boss?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, because I was thinking of, like, where would you put Solaire? Because obviously that's the character everyone wants to see.
Well, you know
He
what?
is not going to be in this game.
Hey, Lid. I think that the Dung Eater's logo kind of looks like Solaire's. I don't think that they're the same person, but I thought that was... I could be wrong, but I thought they looked a little similar.
Who's the Dung Eater?
The loathsome Dung Eater? From the intro?
Oh.
I haven't thought about that in like 15
Yeah,
hours.
I haven't thought about that in almost a week.
Well, you can also meet him in the game.
I don't think I have.
He, well, I won't tell you, but he does appear in the game. And when I saw him in person, I was like, hey, that kind of looks like Solaire's logo. I don't think that they're obviously not supposed to be, he's not supposed to be exactly Solaire, but, and I could be grasping at straws, but I thought it was, I don't know, a little odd that it looked kind of so similar. I could be totally wrong. But I don't think Solaire is literally in the game. But Patches is, and you can summon Patches for a boss fight and he immediately runs away.
Is the Firekeeper literally in Dark Souls 3? Or in Elden Ring?
No.
Okay.
Or at least not that I've found yet.
She could be like post-game thing.
How many times, Eli, have you been tricked by patches?
In general or like in Elden Ring?
In Elden Ring.
None.
Okay.
How many times have you lived?
Twice.
I mean, I guess you could count like him running away when I summoned him, but I didn't even know that I summoned him.
No, there's been one there have been two separate occasions where either I interacted with a chest or was told to go somewhere, and it ended up being one of Patch's tricks.
I got the thing with the chest.
What are
like,
mimics in this game again?
I have not seen any mimics in Elden Ring.
Nope, just teleports.
There might be though, because for
Yeah,
a while
no.
I thought there were an illusory wall.
Yeah.
And there were.
Yeah, like more than 20 hours into the game
So,
before I found a
here's a
new
question. How much of this game can be qualified as effectively Skyrim dungeon? As just a cave with some skeletons in it that looks like indistinguishable from 15 other caves with skeletons in it?
I mean, of course, that's
Maybe
not.
10%. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
I think that's not the best comparison, of course, though. I think it's more how much of this game is Chalice dungeons that happen to be connected to the rest of it.
Yeah, that's.
Well, Skyrim
Although
is
I like them more than-
Skyrim is the meanest comparison you can make for an open world game, so that's the one that I'm going with. At least in terms of level design.
It's not
Because
that
not-
bad.
Yeah.
would
Only
hope
the
not.
ones, the literal skeletons, I would say are Skyrim here.
Also, did you know that this is now the best-selling video game launch that is not Call of Duty and FIFA since Red
Oh,
Dead
yeah.
2?
In the UK.
Oh, just in the UK. Okay, that's a little less impressive.
It is also FromSoft's biggest launch ever in Japan, though.
I mean,
That's good.
which is funny. How many launches have they had that are Japan only? I wonder, because they've made a ton of video games.
And they're a publisher in Japan. So keep in mind, that's not even like that. It's not even just out of the games that they've developed. It's from software.
I do love that, like, the lore background was written by George R.R. Martin, but this is the most Miyazaki like it's ever been at the same time.
Oh shit!
All of his pet themes.
I fucked up. Fortunately, I can just leave at any time. So.
By the way, I just want to say, Andy, this game, your playthrough has not convinced me to pick up Devil May Cry 1.
No, that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm also
It's
very bad at this
kinda
game.
shitty.
Watch someone good play this game, but yeah, no.
Like 3 and 4 have their bullshit, but and 5 doesn't have any bullshit, as far as I'm concerned. But I would definitely still like replay 3 and 4.
Well, okay, so you would not say V is bullshit.
I like V. I don't like V as much as the other characters, but I like them.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because that seems to be the split, is V is still good, or V is not good? V is a...
I mean, I play Magic in Souls games, so I don't mind V.
I mean, here's my, and I think I've told you this before, Annie. My thing about Devil May Cry 5 is none of the characters are bad. The fact that you can't just play through a sequence of levels as just one character,
Mods.
kind of, yeah. But it breaks the flow of the
Also,
game.
can't you play as Virgil in just Virgil in Special Edition?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone
And
back.
Virgil is so fun.
I still
He
need to
is
go
so-
back and play.
Well, you don't have a PS5, so...
You can get them on PS4.
Well, that's true.
and
You
stuff.
can get just him.
Oh, by the way, so Elden Ring, like it runs fine on my PS4. Devil May Cry 5 was like made my PS4 scream a lot more than Elden Ring does.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been playing on PC, and it definitely has its ups and downs. There are definitely times where it runs fine and looks great, and then there are times where it's like playing Metal Slug 2.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give it one more chance. Then I'm just gonna skip ahead to the next mission because I don't need to get every single secret. And I need to keep the stream moving to some extent. Like, I still think the game feel of this game is decent enough, and there's enough like cool enemies and stuff that I'm down with it. But it is, I think there might be an argument that I could see someone saying they like this game more than 4 and DMC the DMC at the very least.
Okay.
Because at least this is not half a game.
More than DMC, like maybe on like a philosophical level, just like, you know, just hating the idea of that game so much, but like I would genuinely say DMC is better.
And 4, I mean, I really like Nero, so
Yeah, but
I'm gonna.
that's the thing. I like Nero too. Nero is not Devil May Cry 4 though.
I mean, yeah.
Like I guess it's
Again, like, yeah. I still rather play that than this, though. I feel I can give them like an excuse because this is like not been done before.
Yeah, no, this is still
as
as I have said, this is still trying. Oh shit! I should not have done that this early. I'm just gonna run out. I'll
like the thing with Devil May Cry 4 is, sure, maybe it's half a game that you play twice, but it's a pretty good half a game that you play twice.
Yeah.
Parts of it are pretty good. And then you don't get to fight. But you don't get to play the best part of that game twice.
I love the fight against Credo.
Yeah, that's really the thing. You don't get to refight Credo.
Well, in mission mode.
That Dante does not get to fight Credo.
I was making fun of the fact that you can't go back to the missions again in this one.
No. Well, because Devil May Cry 1, and again, they're still, like, in that sort of because remember, this is, like, right after the death of arcades. And also still in the era of rentals, so I get it.
And they just hadn't made a game like this before, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And I like a lot of I like how, like, the atmosphere of this game is Resident Evil 1. I like it feels like a weird mishmash of so much stuff that I think DMC1, like, that's most of what DMC1 gets by. It has a lot of charm to it. I think it really does. Anyone there are people though who will say, "No, this doesn't need a remake," and those people are ludicrous. Oh, I didn't get the green orb.
I love how in Elden Ring, because there's so many different like giant enemies, there's just huge ass arrows, but there's still the Dark Souls thing where the arrow gets stuck in your body for a while. So you just have these massive arrows hanging off of you.
You might say you took an arrow to the knee.
Her.
See, you know what? You were actually speaking of Skyrim, so you were asking.
Oh,
Like,
so
are
this
there
is
any
a
Skyrim
that's why
heroes?
this is so bullshit. I forgot. This is a secret mission. Which means you only get one chance to do this shit, right? So, you know what? I am perfectly comfortable just fucking noping out of that. I forgot about that. We're just not gonna do it. Because there's regular secret missions, and then there's super secret missions that you can only do once, and they're bullshit. We're just gonna farm for blue orbs so I can get air hike then. 'Cause that's why I haven't been buying shit. Because otherwise I would have Stinger level 2, which would be very useful right now.
You were making comparison to like the skeleton caves from Skyrim. I will say, you know, here, like, even when there is one that is lackluster, you still have a chance of an interesting boss at the end.
Is there an area like Sen's Fortress in this game? Of like, here is a Delta dungeon.
What do you mean? Sen's Fortress is kind of just a Boletaria.
Okay, okay.
So I guess the answer is yes. Stormfell Castle.
Cool.
It is cool that they have like the wind magic from Shrine of Storms in Stormvale. I like that. Yeah, for General Radon, like, I know I can do it. I just need to set aside, you know, one evening I'll listen to music or a podcast or something, and
Now I have to ask,
yeah.
have you realized that after the summons die, their signs reappear after a while and you can summon them again?
That makes sense.
So
I haven't
no.
really gotten to the point where I would be able to do that. I don't think.
Oh, they it's also something where I didn't notice after several tries because they show up in a different spot every time.
Oh. Well, the thing is, like, I just don't necessarily want to get. I want to keep medium distance from Radon so I can still, like, hit him with spells, but also not too far that he starts to do his ranged bullshit again.
So talking about Devil May Cry for a second. When it
Yeah.
comes to Dante's movesets in the DMC games, which do you prefer? Because there is an overlapping trend. Rebellion or Punch Gloves? I say Punch Gloves because they have a different name for every single time. Which, like, moveset
Sword.
do you like more? Okay. Eli?
Motorcycle.
No, that doesn't
Yes.
count.
I'm kidding.
I'm actually Punch Gloves. I think Punch there is a good like Rebellion is obvious. Like the obvious answer is both, but you know, like
Yeah, I mean,
Rising Dragon
depends.
is the best fucking move in Devil May Cry 3, no question. Alright. It's so stupid
Yeah,
that
I mean,
one thing that's
depends on the
very
enemy,
stupid
depends
about
on,
Devil May Cry 1 and 3 is that Air Raid is not a... They needed to be moves that are Dante moves. Like, all your moves in the DMC series, even I think up until 3, are weapon specific. Shout out to Nero. That's why he's better. But yeah, we got Air Raid now. Next thing I'm probably going to get is Stinger level 2, because you always want to buff Stinger. It's insane that even by 3, Stinger was still not part of the default moveset.
Yeah. What is your favorite style?
Trickster.
I would say it's Swordmaster until 5.
What's your favorite in 5?
Then it's Trickster.
I thought you were going to say Royal Guard for a second.
I mean, Royal Guard is pretty good, but, like, you know, it's kind of one note.
I do want to. It's not my favorite. I want to give a shout out to Gunslinger because
I don't.
in 5 you get to wear a hat.
That's true. That hat is very good. But you... Isn't
So,
it just a gun that you...
That's what I'll... Yeah.
Yeah, the hat is
the
a
Faust
gun.
hat. But yeah, it's either Trickster or Swordmaster, and I'll probably lean toward Trickster. But thankfully, style switching is a thing, and you can go through them. I don't use Railguard because I'm not good enough.
Well, it's not frame perfect in 5 anymore, from what I understand. Oh, do I need to
I'm
get
still
fucking
not
air?
good at, like, I don't like to parry in Dark Souls if I don't have to.
I need to fucking grind for air raid. I was told by the wiki that I could get this shit with air hike, and I'm... Oh, it's because I'm hitting the fucking... Hold on. It's because I'm hitting the invisible wall. There we go. And now I have more health.
I'm doing some bullshit in Elden Ring right now.
What does that entail?
I have found a fort of some kind where in order... You know how sometimes you'll find like buildings and stuff where there's like a seal on
Yeah.
a doorway? In order
Yeah.
to open the seal, I need to do platforming and interact with a bunch of switches while archers shoot at me.
Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy that new memory slot. Look, I'm a spellcaster and I have 9. I do not need 9. And most I would want 4 spells on me, I think.
Sometimes it's not a memory slot though.
I've only found those so far. I mean, I still do them, but
There's not very many that aren't. The vast majority.
So
are
here's
just
a
memory
fun
slots.
question. Outside of Virgil, what's the best Devil May Cry 3 boss? Because Virgil...
Devil May Cry 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough at that game to answer that question because I never feel like I'm doing the fight the real way.
I feel was able to do it now. Cerberus, the guy who gives you the punch.
Easy mode is now selectable, dog.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty top tier. Should I? I have just enough for another blue orb. I'll get it. Why not?
I think you will like Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that I will like that game. I'm wondering how much I'll like all of it, and I'm wondering if I will even think that that game is better than DMC3. But I expect it to at least be close.
I'd say so.
Eli, are you a
but this would
Bayonetta
be
1
surprised if we
person
get a lot
or a
of spells.
Bayonetta 2 person? Because I have heard 50-50 from pretty much everyone.
1. I like 2 though. A lot of people dislike it.
Lid is 2.
I'm not.
2.
Is 2 your
I
favorite
like
Platinum
both,
game?
but
Yeah.
Okay.
her hair is better than in. Her hair is better in 2. That's like
Oh, yeah.
undebatable.
2 is the best design, no question.
Yeah, even 3 looks interesting. 2's better.
I don't think 1 and 3 aren't bad. I think they're pretty good, but 2 is her best one easily.
Honestly, a big part. I understand that like they did some rebalancing and stuff that a lot of people don't like in Bayonetta 2, but I think the single biggest thing for me is dual wielding swords is just too cool.
Yeah. So Agnes and Rouge is your favorite DMC3 weapon.
Wrong.
They're pretty good weapon.
They're not cool enough.
What are you talking about?
They're silly.
What are you? Hold on. Oh shit. Can we talk about how quickly I just
Are
beat?
you-
Agnes and Rudra look like fucking. They look like.
You know what? I'm gonna say something controversial. They should have
Uh-oh.
talked significantly more. They should have been the Statler and Waldorf of most of Devil May Cry 3.
Well, in 5, you have the bird as
You have
the fucking
literally
promise
the
land.
Devil May Cry 1 boss roster, minus this fucker right here. I will say it is very funny that divine ultimate godhood of the Sparta bloodline is just bugmen. It's just gross, disgusting bugmen.
I
Also-
do like how their devil triggers in this are designed by Kaneko, from SMT. So that's
Yeah.
why Dante.
It's very funny that now we finally have Ruben Langdon voicing DMC1 and DMC2 Dante because of the Nocturne remaster.
So my favorite Dante design is 3.
I think I said that I like
4.
4 the best. I think 4.
Yeah.
I will also say I'm not a super huge fan of 3, but 3 wearing the 1 costume, ooh, that's real good. That's real good.
I just think that 3 Dante is really hot, so that's why.
Yeah, I was.
I think
Hold on.
I think 5
Let
is
me
pretty good.
let me double check and see
I
if
love
there's
Grandpa Dante,
a secret mission
Yeah.
that I'm missing. Above
I don't
the
think he has a
His
bad look, to be honest.
Even DMC2 has a pretty good
Yeah.
coat.
yeah,
Yeah,
DMC2 has a damn good
The only
coat.
thing people.
No,
only thing people
I've
like
said
about
this
DMC2.
before. Lucia is a potentially good character. I don't know if you've read or seen descriptions of the prequel novelization for 5. It's very funny in that game
No.
that Lucia is super horny for Dante. Apparently,
I mean, who is it?
Lady and Trish.
Fair.
DMC1 might have a bit of. How do I get this blue orb? Because I know there's the horse above the. Oh, it's above. It's after. Okay, it's above the horse statue. Yeah, they left championship just I will say this stream is at least going better than the first stream. The first stream is kind of a disaster.
So you know how there are you might think that there are no illusory walls in Elden Ring. Like 20 hours later, you find one. I haven't found it yet, but apparently there are illusory floors.
I have found one spot where I was getting a lot of messages that there was one, and I think they were lies, but I have heard that they do exist. I haven't
Oh,
found
that's
them
where
yet.
it is. Oh, shit. Can I get back up, please? I don't want to refight fan. There we go. Okay, thank you, game. Is that a blue orb? No, that's just blue fire.
Eli, do you feel like you have a good handle on this game's lore? And when I say this
Elden Ring
game,
or DMC?
yeah, when I say this game, I am not referring to Devil May Cry. I'm talking about Elden
Because I was gonna say, well, I know a bit about Sparta, but
Do you know
No,
what? Do you know what the first line is in Devil May Cry 1?
what?
The demon lord Sparta woke up to justice.
That's so.
That's
dumb.
the most like early 2000s Capcom phrasing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, here's what I got about the lore. The demigods are children of America. Something shattered the Elden Ring. Everyone hates each other, and Radigan is not really in the picture anymore, but he has a secret.
Radigan,
And,
as in the villain of the
Grammy
Great
is
Mouse
important.
Detective. Also, I have a question: is there actually a connection to Eternal Ring in this game?
I don't know what that is.
Eternal Ring is a
Andy-
launch. Is
Andy.
a launch. What?
Andy,
What?
that requires anyone knowing anything about Eternal Ring.
Eternal Ring is a launch.
And I've played a good few hours of that game, and I you know what? I feel pretty out of the loop on Elden Ring. I know a lot less about Eternal Ring.
Eternal Ring is a launch game that From Software made for the PS2 that has Devil May Cry 2 animations in it. And a Minecraft sword. Is the Minecraft sword in this?
The main thing that you need to know about Elden Ring is, God damn it, FromSoft, why would you do this? Eternal Ring.
Because they knew nobody else.
Yeah, they knew nobody else knew what Eternal Ring was. Is that Eternal Ring is basically a Kingsfield game for the PS2 that for some reason still doesn't support analog sticks.
It's in third person, right?
No, it's in first person.
Oh, that's even.
You got to use, I think it's the shoulders to rotate and the triggers to look up and down. However, the PS4 re-release, not remaster, does support analog.
That was one of the 15. That's right. That was one of the like 5 PS2 games.
You want to know what's really funny about it, though? And I don't know if they've fixed this. That game has a, like, save-breaking bug in it that happens in emulation that fans fixed. Like,
That Sony did not.
More than a decade ago, that Sony didn't.
All right, so you know how, so I don't know if you realize this, Eli, but DMC1 is literally Resident Evil 1 structure. We're now at the point where we're leaving the mansion and going into the gardens.
Well, I have not gotten that far in Resident Evil 1 because I don't like that game.
Not even remake? Come on, man.
It looks.
Oh,
fantastic.
fuck yeah, let's go.
I don't like
Okay.
that kind of gameplay.
Okay, so DMC1 has a lot of problems. The grenade launcher is better than any gun in DMC3. This gun is so fucking good. Holy shit, I love the DMC1 grenade launcher. It is one of the best grenade launchers in gaming. So am I farther than you have gotten in this game, Eli?
What?
Or am I farther than you've gotten in this game, Lid?
I'm gonna say yes, but I genuinely don't know because I haven't played DMC1 since like 2015. I have it on PC, but see, it sucks,
right.
so I haven't played it again.
This was one of the early versions of Resident Evil 4, right?
Yes, this was the first version of Resident Evil 4.
Okay, the first one. Got it.
Okay, so now I think I should be able to get a blue orb in here, I think? There we go. Okay, so now we can just leave the level. Once I figure... It's so cool. It's so fucking cool how much damage this goddamn grenade launcher does. It's the best. It's like how in DMC... It's like, imagine if you got the Kalina Ann in DMC3 halfway through the game. Instead of right before the boss rush. Devil May Cry.
Alright, so, Andy,
Yes.
do you like Trish or Lady more?
Lady.
Cool.
Do you have... What's your answer?
I mean, yeah, Lady, but I don't really feel like too strongly about either, but I'm just curious.
So, you know how Lady looks like Dante's mom? Stay tuned to future streams to
Wait, no, isn't it Trish that looks like?
Oh, Trish,
Dante's
yes.
mom?
You know how Trish looks like
Yeah.
Dante's mom?
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Camilla might have been on some shit.
Kamiya's definitely always been on some shit.
No, I mean some shit. By the way, I'm assuming, Lid, you've seen the Hideki Kamiya Natalie Mars tweet.
Of course.
Greatest tweet of all time.
The classic.
Bozo lost her shit when she saw that. I didn't see that until like late last year. So where am I supposed to go again? Is it? Oh, I'm on a time limit. Okay, that I fucked up the time limit. That's why I didn't know where to go. Okay. Where the fuck is the door that I came in? I think it's just this one. Yes, because I'm supposed to go from the top, make it to the bottom quickly, and then go through the gate. I love that bit of the piano right here. The faint in the background, that's so good.
So I'm trying to think what, I'm not sure when I'll have to buy a PS5.
Funny story about that. Lid was going to buy a PS5. Could not find one, so caved in and bought a PS4 vanilla.
Yep, in the year 2021.
Lid did own a
I mean, I have a
PS5,
PS4
but
now, but I
they
did not
lost.
buy it.
Lid did own a PS4 earlier, but they fuck
Yeah,
me.
so I pretty much didn't have to buy games because I already had all the games I had previously bought digitally. But still.
Do you regret not getting a Pro?
Well, if buying a Pro had been an option, I gladly would have.
Ah, so it wasn't even I'm sorry.
Like when I bought a PS4 vanilla in 2021, I still had to wait until PlayStation had them.
God damn.
Like, you couldn't just order one from GameStop, for example.
Oh my god. Oh, this
You
fucking camera.
had-
This fucking camera.
Wow.
You still had to like wait for them to get in stock somewhere.
I don't think I have to DT, but I think this time I will just DT, because that will make things significantly better.
So yeah, I don't know when I'll get one, not just because they're hard to buy, but right now.
By the way, Jane, thank you. I'm glad we all agree that Lady is superior.
Eli, you're really quiet for some reason right now.
Oh, sorry, I was leaning away.
You know
My
what's one of
fault.
my favorite fan theories for Devil May Cry? Kyrie will be
What?
playable in 6 because Nero gave her the book. Okay, good.
Dumb.
I don't think that'll happen.
You know
I don't
what
think
that
that'll
reminds me
happen,
of?
but it'd be the funniest fucking thing.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
When people thought the kid at the end of The Last Jedi was going to be an important character.
Well, here's the thing. They might have if that movie wasn't made the way it was. If their Rise of Skywalker was, I mean.
No. There was never... That was so obviously just like a thematic... There
Yeah.
was no way. Unless J.J. Abrams wanted to be a different kind of complete idiot.
Which is possible.
You can't put anything past him.
He's one of the many people who are the next Spielberg.
And speaking of Spielberg, I just saw the new West Side Story. I really loved it.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I need to... Fun fact about the original West Side Story. Do you know who... I mean, I'm assuming it's a lot of people's favorite movie. So you know who the funniest...
When you say the original West Side Story, do you mean the Broadway run?
Okay,
or
the
film?
movie. The movie. Do you know which Hollywood directors is West Side Story's favorite movie?
I do not.
Michael Bay.
You know what? When you asked it like that, my first thought was Michael Bay.
Yeah, which makes sense because Bay does have kind of a very like soft theater kid energy to him.
So, the new one's better. But also it's really funny that this came on the tails of Ready Player One, Spielberg's last movie, which was not very good to say the least.
The Bridge of Spies. I'm trying to think. I did like Lincoln. I remember liking Lincoln.
Yeah. What do you mean? No, I'm saying that before.
No, but I thought you meant the movie before.
Movie.
Like Ready Player One was bad, and then the movie before that was also bad.
The movie before that, I think, might have been The Post, which I didn't see. But I do like
Spies.
I
I liked Lincoln at least. That's the most. But that was like 2013. I need to see Catch Me If You Can. That's the early 2000s Spielberg that most people seem to be the most positive about.
It is good but I will warn you that Tom Hanks does the worst accent I've ever heard in my life in that movie.
What accent is he doing?
A Boston accent.
Let's fucking go. You got me so excited. Bad Bostonian accents, man.
And I don't know why he does it. Because, okay, like, the real guy was from Boston, but people don't know that. You could have used your real voice, no one would have cared. So for whatever reason, either he or Spielberg decided Boston accent. But, I mean, it's a good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio's good in it. Yeah, so.
Oh, by the way, I think I'm gonna get to show off something kind of funny about how like Resident Evil this is again. Yeah, I think so based on how an enemy that's certain about to appear. Hey, Lid, you go into the garden. What do you see when you go into the garden? Giant lizard monsters. It's almost like they're tired. Well, no, it's not.
That sounds familiar.
Also, again, grenade launcher fucking goated. It's like a combo ender. It's so good. Also, again, the style system is bad in this game. That's again, no other real game had tried a style system before, so I get it. How
also seems not really sensible.
Is DMC3's style system, or is Bayonetta 1's style system meaningfully different than or is Bayonetta 1's style system meaningfully different than DMC3?
You're talking about like the ranks, right?
Yeah. Do you not have that in combat?
The way it doesn't really have like a rank.
I wonder which way I'm supposed to go.
Okay, it has it has the platinum trophies and stuff.
Yeah.
But like in terms, that's different. That's not the same as like Devil May Cry ranks, I don't think. As far as like per battle rewards for playing well, it's mostly a multiplier on your money. But I think the way that it handles like ranks is just different.
So this is kind of interesting in that
when you play Bayonetta, for most of the levels, be prepared on your first playthrough to get stoned for most of them.
Yeah, because getting a good rank pretty much requires you to know where all of the secret missions are, and there are levels where probably half of the fights are secret.
Oh, that's fuck off.
There's so many levels where it's like get halfway through and then go all the way back to the beginning to find a portal.
And also, how many of them are Afterburner? By the way, it's interesting that by DMC.
What do you mean? There's literally one level.
People talk a lot about Kamiya's love of space shooters.
Those people are. I mean, it's one cool set piece, and that's it.
But it's also in apparently the best level in the game.
Oh, is it? Is it all? Is that the beginning of the final stage?
Yeah, that's what people say is the best level of Bayonetta 1, or at least one of the best.
So it's the kind of thing where like if you want to replay it, you have to sit through that first.
Yep.
You see, at least in 2,
Yeah, that's the other thing. Make it its own self-contained thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still technically the same level as the final boss, but who cares? Because I don't think the final
I
boss...
felt like I got good ranks that I didn't deserve. A lot of the time.
Maybe it's just because
Maybe
Jubileus is so fucking good, but Bayonetta 2's final boss is probably like the biggest wet fart in the game.
You know what I'll give
don't even
DMC1
remember
over
the final boss
DMC3 lid?
Hmm.
The castle is such a cooler segment area to explore than the fucking Timon and Negru. The tower...
Completely disagree.
The tower is boring. I know it's just Resident Evil 1, but being just Resident Evil... Like, this architecture... I think that's one of the few things that I don't like about DMC3 is I think its setting is kind of boring.
I genuinely don't think that DMC1's environment design is all that much more interesting than the second game.
I don't know. I like having green here.
You got that one room in DMC2. It's so good.
Dude, you know what's the funniest thing? You know what the funniest thing is? There are t-shirts you can buy that are just that texture. You know what I would buy instead? I want a fire blue t-shirt. You wear the MC Room t-shirt, and I wear fire blue t-shirt.
So I love that, you know, you have these great iconic video game characters like Dante and Kiryu from Yakuza, who've never once had sex in their life.
Is that canon for Kiryu? Because
It's true. Oh, Rai is here.
Oh shit, it's Rai. How you doing, Rai? Hey,
I'm doing well.
So you didn't get very far in DMC1, but okay, so Rai, I'm in the garden outside of the big spooky castle / mansion, and the game introduced lizard enemies.
Is this after you fall down and you're in like the underwater jellyfish fighting area?
No. I
may have completely misremembered what this game is like.
DMC1 is the only Devil May Cry game you played, right?
Correct.
You should play 3. I like 1 more than these people do, but 3 is a massive improvement. Like, you play the first area in 1, and then go do the first, like, room in DMC3, and you will immediately feel, oh, this is everything about this controls and is mechanically more interesting and better.
Okay.
It's like almost like DMC3. It's not, because it has some real rough points, but it is almost... Its highs, I think, are higher than Resident Evil 4 highs.
Jesus.
Now, granted, that's only like... I don't think there is a single thing in Resident Evil 4 that is as good as Virtual 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were saying in this game.
No. Nothing in this game.
I was so confused.
You know what I'll say about this game, Lid? Is when it comes to kind of poorly aged Capcom stuff from early 6th gen, I'll take this in a heartbeat over both Code Veronica and fucking Zero. Also, the grenade launcher.
I have played neither of those.
You haven't played Zero? I swear we've talked about how much you fucking hate Zero.
Nope. Never played it. I've played
I'm excited.
I've played parts of Remake 1, parts of 2 and 3. I've beaten Remake 2. I got about halfway through Remake 3.
You should probably beat Remake 3, because it's short.
I ended up moving it to my hard drive instead of my SSD, not flat out uninstalling it yet.
No, it's just in the cuck shed. Gotcha.
The cuck shed.
I like using that term a lot. I don't know. It's probably not a great term to use, but when it's good, it's good. Oh, you're still here. Okay.
You're gonna offend and alienate your cuck audience.
Whatever. They'll probably get off on it then.
It's the Cock Shack, says Jane Inferno in chat.
Oh man. So is anyone here watching the new Batman? Like this weekend, presumably, or?
I think. Listen, I have not seen Infinity War or Endgame. Those two movies aside, I think it will be a very, very, very long time before I can be convinced to watch like any superhero movie again.
Cole, I was kind of skeptical sitting on back and forth. Cole called it like watching Batman the Animated Series for the first time again, which is like holy shit. That's
I'm not really a superhero guy. I do like that in the animated series. Having said that, I'm not gonna go out and see this.
No,
Maybe
this is
when
I'm gonna be honest.
that's
I am not
out.
going to see it in theaters. I'm gonna wait for it to come out on HBO Max and obtain it through other methods because I don't, unlike Sonic the Hedgehog theatrical release, I'm not gonna watch a cam rip of this movie. That's the only time I've ever seen the Sonic movie. Is I saw it on a very bad theater cam rip with Turkish gambling ads.
It's rated PG-13, so it's going to be a bad movie.
I paid like $20 to watch Sonic at home when it came out.
Why did? Oh, because your dad wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Why again? Like, okay, I don't hate
Jim Carrey. He's a huge Jim Carrey fan.
You know what? That's fan. And to be fair, Jim Carrey is easily the best thing in that movie. Eli, you've seen the Sonic movie, right?
No. I want to see the Sonic movie.
Because that's a very good question, I guess. Look, all I'm gonna say is that breastfeeding joke is still really funny to me. That it's in the movie.
If you say so.
I say so. Did your dad laugh at it?
I honestly, he didn't like it very much. I don't think he laughed at anything.
I think I'm hoping 2 is good because all of the marketing stuff is like, well, this looks. There are because that's the thing about Sonic is that like I gave it a 6 out of 10, but I was like I want to give you a 7. Do one genuinely cool thing. No. It had some decent stuff. It had a competent enough structure to where it's like I don't think this movie's bad. But it's just okay to me, which is weird because I have seen many people who are definitely less big Sonic fans than me rate that movie higher. So,
You know what I'll say about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
what?
It is probably the best version of the Alvin and the Chipmunks premise.
Absolutely. I mean, okay. Are we counting fucking Looney Tunes Back in Action as the formula? Actually, no, that movie isn't the formula.
I forgot about that movie for the longest time, and I saw like a clip or two from it recently. That shit looks gorgeous.
Oh, it's the problem. The live action stuff is it's. Here's what I'll say. It's a good movie. It's not Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
I think Roger Rabbit's pretty fucking good. Even if did Zemeckis make that, or was it Chris Columbus? It was.
For the animation.
Yeah, because the animator guy, but Zemeckis is kind of a hack. Like I like Back to the Future, I like stuff, but he is just worse Spielberg.
Although I did like Allied.
Did Roger Rabbit do poorly at the box office?
No,
Why
I
did
think
we
it
not get
did.
a 2?
Because they didn't want. Well, because it was also a thing of we got a bunch of production companies that never would work together again on that movie. Like again, you had Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse in the same scene. Like you're not getting that again in a movie. So it was just like it could only happen once. Also, the '80s like still very sequel heavy, not quite as.
Hoskins always sells the fact that he's talking to a cartoon rabbit that's actually not there. It's a legitimately very good performance.
I thought the Sonic movie was bad. I mean, it's. I will never say I'm not going to be one of those people that's like. I'll say this: the Sonic movie is at best worse than Detective Pikachu. Because Detective Pikachu had cool things in it, like the Ditto reveal that got me. There's nothing as like, oh, that's genuinely kind of cool. Even if I don't think
So
it's.
I've not seen it, and I probably won't. You know what Spencer told me? He told me it's the worst movie he's ever seen.
Yeah,
Detective Pikachu?
yeah. Spencer fucking hates that movie.
My
I mean,
girlfriend's- it's my girlfriend's like one of her favorite movies.
I think it is fine. It is a solid execution of what it set out to be. It's nothing great, but it's very fine.
And Arco, am I like a pea-brained idiot if I did not I didn't see the twist coming at the end?
I was okay. A little bit, but I was hoping that it wasn't the twist. But yeah, no.
I didn't see it coming at all. I just didn't put two and two
by the
together.
way, Lid Eli, we got to talk about something important. What Gen 9 starter do you think is the best? First off,
Weed Cat.
really? Because I looked at the duck and I'm like, oh, that's a Lid Core Pokemon.
Nah.
I'm gonna take the fire one this time.
You mean Bub from Bubble Bobble?
He's very cute.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good design.
Again,
I only base off final evolutions. So.
I was about to say that's my thing. I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, because
like
it
the
could be
full
bad.
trio.
By the way, Eli, what's your opinion on Incineroar?
It was a neat idea to base, to have a wrestler heal Pokemon that is a reference to the anime Tiger Mask, but I think it's awful in execution.
Okay, because I was so ready to make the you want to fuck Incineroar jokes, Eli. Because if Spencer could has to deal with male Gardevoir jokes, then
Can I start the most contentious? Can I start the really contentious debate? What's the best Gen 2 starter?
oh, Cyndaquil.
Totodile.
Yeah, Cyndaquil.
Yeah, Cyndaquil. Thank you.
No,
Thank
I
you.
okay. I'm gonna say this right now, Eli. You hate Samurott. Croconaw is the worst form of any starter Pokemon ever. I utterly despise Croconaw.
Wow. I'm not huge on Feraligatr, but I do like.
Feraligator's okay.
Croconaw is so fat.
It's also
Cute.
like, why is he wearing the diaper / Tarzan thing? It's weird.
Well, you like Oshawott, and Oshawott wears a fucking trash
Oshawott is so much better. Oshawott is the best water starter in the series.
bag. I think it's my least favorite.
Mudkip?
Mudkip is my third favorite starter in Gen 3, honestly.
You are insane.
You don't... I'm sorry, okay.
Here's the thing. I pick Trico. I think you're insane.
Torchic? Look, here's the thing.
Torchic is cringe.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Don't you ever say Blaziken is cringe to me in my face again.
Blaziken
Look,
Blaziken might be the worst martial arts themed Pokemon.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It is hideous and dumb.
What the fuck?
It looks like a bad Metabot design.
I can't. What the fuck is this Blaziken slander? What the fuck is this Blaziken slander?
I will
First
say,
of all, the worst martial arts one is probably Medicham.
Medicham is just okay. It's not Gallade. It's not the absolute
No, I
genius.
said the worst. You're saying which is the worst martial arts one? I'd say it's Medicham.
Yeah, but
I disagree.
No, I was gonna say when I said Mudkip is my third least favorite, Mudkip is still at worst in the middle of my starter rankings. Like Gen 3, I think has by and large the best trio.
I'd say I like Gen 4 a little bit more.
Gen 4, Gen 3, 4, and 7, I would say are the three most consistent starter generations for me.
You don't think
don't like
Chimchar
Tokyo
fucking
very much.
blows?
I've grown on Infernape. Infernape's not terrible.
Infernape rules. It's the best final fire starter.
It's not even the best in that generation.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say this right now. I really like Decidueye. Its Hisuian form is so good. It's so good. Because it changes from an archer, it gets a samurai hat. And is like, you know, like one of the straw hats that like is like super long and hangs over your head. I have no idea where I want.
So I think that Typhlosion already sucks, but
Fuck
its
off.
new one is even worse.
Oh yeah, well, I've grown on it a little bit, like thematically once, but I do think, and also I like Samurott a lot. I think Alolan or Hisuian Samurott is like, that's a recolor. Come on, man.
Oh my god. Why'd they make Typhlosion emo?
Because it's poison, fire poison.
Is this real? I have not seen this.
Yes,
Emo Typhlosion real?
100% real.
The dream.
The new like the new version of or the new counterpart for Thundurus and like that trio is awful.
You know what's my favorite?
forget its name.
You know what's one of my favorite alternate form variants? I have a lot of problems with Gen 8. The Galarian Zapdos, where it's a fucking Roadrunner that's a fighting flying. Amazing.
I like that they made the evolution of Mr. Mime into Charlie Chaplin.
Where am I supposed to go? Hold on.
Oh my god, he is.
Oh, we're almost to the, without question, the worst thing about DMC1.
Puzzles?
Andy,
No, the underwater swimming sections, because they're first person with an inverted camera.
Oh
Andy, do
god.
you have the game paused right now? Because
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yes, I have it
Okay.
paused because I'm looking out walkthrough. Oh, okay. I was supposed to go into the main room and get Ifrit. Okay. And also deal with one of the worst platforming sections of all time. I hate this camera. To quote James Rolfe, this is ass.
Oh, so one thing I haven't mentioned yet about Elden Ring is how this game's version of Guts is a girl boss who does a war crime.
That's good.
I want to point out,
invented a
Guts
form of
also
guerrilla
did a war
warfare.
crime.
That's true. He did cleave a child in half. Are we thinking the same war crime?
I was thinking about the night he killed 100 men. But you are 100% way more right.
Yes, that was more
Killing
fun.
100 men isn't a war crime if they're all coming after you.
Yeah, that's true. Like the child.
I think participating in a war is a war crime.
Oh.
I mean, I guess that's technically true from the journalist point of view.
Are you trying to dox me right now?
No, if I was doxing you, I'd just start listing off random Tampa, Florida addresses.
Oh my god. Oh my god, stop!
Oh no, I'm doxing my good friend Rye to 5 people.
You have to delete this VOD after.
No. I might. What the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Where is female guts?
I haven't
in the
met
female
her, but
body.
Where are her organs?
it's the so I haven't met her, and I'm going to assume that she's like an optional boss or like a later boss or something. But it's the what's her
Oh,
name
that's...
who invented Scarlet Rot? Fuck, Dawn, the one missing the arm,
Oh.
the one like in all the trailers.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't put that together.
Yeah, because I put it together because of the sword and the arm.
So
and
Eli,
geez, this game's nuts.
Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild is the only other open world game you've played aside from Elden Ring that you've really liked recently. What would you want from a Breath of the Wild 2 to be able to compete with Elden Ring? I was supposed to hit this the whole time.
Dungeons. Real
That's true.
dungeons.
That's the well, okay. Something that I thought they would do. Here's a hypothetical. Instead of dungeons, what if it's up? Your dungeons are a bunch of the one island where they take away all your entire inventory. Like you have like 5 of those, and you get a new major item at the end of it. So it's kind of a Zelda dungeon. Oh fuck this! Look at this shit. Look at what they expect you to do.
Oh no, you have to jump.
No, 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 no. I have to jump at fixed camera angles that change mid-jump, Ryan.
I don't know. You called me Ryan.
Yeah, no.
I don't think you ever. I didn't know I made you that mad.
No, because you...
I've never been referred to by you multisyllabically.
It's because you don't know how fucking bad this is. Lid, did you get to this part? They could at least have the
Oh fuck no, no, that looks terrible.
And the good thing is at least
I just realized I haven't looked at the stream in a little while. You are still in this same room?
well, okay. See what happened was I did not realize the way progress was in the room because it was hidden because it was behind a stupid a corner of the thing. So I was kind of I did not at least die once. I was just lost. Which is oh my fucking god, did you see that, Lid? Although at least now I know I can cheese it with air raid. Air raid is your double jump, by the way.
Elden Ring is the only open world game that matters anymore.
You're right. I think I'm gonna play some Elden Ring.
Everyone on my stream is doing it, so why not?
Everyone else who made an open world game did it wrong. Whoops.
I'm playing Dark Souls 1. That's not Elden Ring, but it's pretty good.
You know,
Why aren't you playing it on stream?
Because I don't feel like streaming DES1 yet. I wanna beat it on my own first.
As much as there's
Andy,
definitely
have you not beaten it before?
I got pretty far, but I didn't beat it.
as much as
Okay.
there's definitely a market for blind Dark Souls speedruns, I honestly feel like the idea of doing that sounds like a nightmare.
Alright, okay.
I don't want to watch him speedrun it. I want to watch him suffer.
So, Devil May Cry 1 has some problems.
I'm not saying that the viewer
But this
experience
shit
is bad.
right here.
I'm saying that being the streamer.
No,
in
let me
this
shut the fuck
situation
up. I
sounds
need
like
to
it
talk about how
sucks.
cool Ifrit is. Ifrit's so cool. So, DMC1 started the series of... Oh, also I realized something very cool about this series, Lid. In DMC1, you get a lightning sword and a fire fists as your unlockable weapons. What is the first unlockable weapon you get in 3?
The fists.
No. Not in 3. In 3. You get ice weapon.
Yeah, Cerberus.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like they get the whole trifecta in. God, look,
And
that
then
jump
in
kick's
5,
so good.
You get all in one.
Also, you have the sick-ass grenade launcher. Oh, that's right, your DT icons change when you're weapon. Oh, by the way, do you want to see how weapon switching works in Devil May Cry 1, Lid?
Isn't it the pause menu?
No, you can switch between Alistair and Ifrit by doing this, which is holding down the right stick. So you can't do it. You can't. At least that's better than the guns, which is the pause menu. Is it time to meet Flockoff Featherface? It is! It's
The
time for the
classic.
funny bird. This is the DMC5 bird, by the way, Eli.
Yeah, I knew that, but I just have never played this one. Speaking of birds,
There's
Lid,
the
how do you feel
line!
about the birds? Lid, how do you feel about the birds in Stormdale?
They're pretty cool.
Yes. They're annoying, but they're not cool.
Get down here.
Anarcho, kill them with your sword.
Oh, no, what I know I'm supposed to do. Well, I just got the fists.
You're right, I'm sorry. Punch the bird to death.
Yes.
Simply strike the foe with your weapon.
I'm trying to. Get camera! I'm gonna... Oh, I gotta jump, okay. So does he have laser beam attacks in 5? Also, I just realized all of Sparta's minions, including Sparta himself, have different colored energy. Nello Angelo's blue, the bird guy's red, a certain female character is yellow, and Mundus is purple. Also, I guess Phantom is orange. Phantom is the name of a giant spider, by the way, not a ghost. Right. Oh, that's right. I don't have fucking air hike with this thing. Because how DMC works is you upgrade your weapons, not yourself.
Can you not jump straight up?
Actually, it's the only way that you can jump in Devil May Cry.
Well, Anarcho seemed to be having some trouble with it.
I hate Dante's jump.
It's not great. It's not great. This game, I like this game because it's got a lot of charm, but it has a lot of rough stuff. 3 is so much better.
Andy, have you seen the homophobic presentation for DMC Devil May
Oh,
Cry?
you mean the gay cowboy? Dante's gay cowboy?
Yeah, Dante is not a gay cowboy.
Yeah.
In DMC5,
Also, you know what's funny?
Gets the hat.
You know what's funny? Someone pointed this out. Dante's personality is basically Nero.
Bad Nero.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it like when I played that game, it never made sense to me why people hated the character so much, because just other than the fact that he looks different, he isn't actually that out of place for the series.
But he's bad Nero.
Yeah, 'cause Nero rules. I love Nero.
Yeah, Nero is better than Dante.
I like them both for different reasons.
I like straight man, next generation. Oh my god, that chicken walk is so cool.
I think old Dante is the coolest.
You think DMC1 Dante is the coolest? Oh, you mean old man Dante? Okay.
Yes, old man Dante. With the
I mean, he does moonwalk. That is pretty cool.
with the
He has a motorcycle. I mean,
old
he's awesome.
Dante, cool grandpa with motorcycle.
Is there a level beyond S in this game, I wonder?
I like the way that he squints in that one picture that like all the YouTube thumbnails.
It's fucked
do.
up that you never get to do the squat animation. They should have added that in special edition.
What?
You know the DMC5 squat. You know what I'm talking about. It's the meme, the 2 frame.
Oh, the dance from the GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't jump through them, that's why. It's kind of crazy how much harder the first Phantom fight is than a lot of other things in this game.
The first Phantom fight or the...
The first Phantom fight, the spider.
Okay. I was wondering if...
Because I died like 10 fucking times on that fight. There we go. Block off, Featherface. So now that we've done every original boss fight aside from Mundus and DMC1, I get to talk about the worst thing. You have to fight every single boss fight in this game at least 3 times.
What?
Well, okay, technically 2. You get 2 real fights, but there's... and with different variants, but they make you refight on most of them. It's different enough for some of them that it's fine, and there's usually a couple hours to make it better, but yeah.
What do you mean? Like, when do you have to fight them?
I get later. Well, there is a boss that is literally the Capcom boss rush, because every Capcom game must... Does Resident Evil 4 have a boss rush, actually?
Am I forgetting something?
I'm trying to think about, like, when, what happens after... Remember It? Like, the horrible monster you fight in the cage?
Yeah.
What happens right after you beat him? Is there another boss right after that?
No, I mean, does it ever make you refight the old boss fights?
Oh God, no, no.
That's insane, because that it doesn't do that. That's because like that's like the Capcom thing, and it's not. DMC1 might have it best, but at least it's not quite as stupid as the dice game.
I forgot about the dice game.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have. I think I got all the blorbs in this mission. Yes, I did. Okay. And there's none in the next one either, so we're good. Oh, this is a cool
Blorbs collected.
Yeah, it's blue orb, but yeah. It's cause that's what Pat and Wooly called them when they played through these games, and I've been following them, so.
I do like how the orbs are a reference to Berserk.
Oh my god, you're right.
What are they? What?
Yeah, they're all the every orb you collect up when it does a close up is the fucked up face of the
Oh, the Baelet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all. Oh hey, you got a fire punch weapon. Here's a fire enemy.
Did they explain why you're fighting a bunch of like evil marionettes?
There's not an explanation. They're just demon. Well, you're okay. So, the Demon King from 2,000 years ago that your father killed is back, and you're on an island trying to stop him. That's the setup, and also a sexy lady came to tell you that on a motorcycle.
I was gonna say, where's Trish?
She's around, lurking stuff. She's in this game. You don't actually see Trish. Basically, you're just kind of left to your own devices, but that's just what some demons are, and I will say, the Hells are better. The Hells are so good. The Hells are the names of, or the Sins. The Sins are the standard enemies from DMC3. They do bring these guys back for 4, so, you know, they're pretty good. I love this rocket launcher.
Have you been back to the starting area of Elden Ring yet?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, you know the boss that, like, is supposed to one-shot you?
the
I'll be right
tutorial
back.
area?
Yeah, like the graphic design.
Yeah, I've
have
been-
you gone back there?
Yes.
Because cause you can do that, I just wanted to say.
Have
Pretty
you
neat.
have you opened all 3 of
Yes.
the belfries?
I have.
What is up? with
Farrah Missoula.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, do they do
That's one
I'm
of
a,
the
do
coolest
they do
areas.
no. Do they do a thing where there's you can refight the tutorial boss, but it's way harder?
Oh no, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
But consequently, you're stronger.
So you can one-shot it. You know what that reminds me of?
One
Do you
shot,
remember,
I mean,
Eli?
you could if you're high enough level. But I did it and it was like pretty easy. But
Yeah,
not a
it
one
was
shot.
like fighting a Black Knight, basically, in Dark Souls terms.
Do you okay, I want to make sure to get a Stinger level 2 on Ifrit. Alright, that's enough. Do you, what was I gonna ask? I forget, never mind. In, Elden Ring, I cannot remember. Sorry about that. So I'll switch to something that I was gonna bring up a while ago when I was talking about playing DS1, but did not bring up. You know what playing Dark Souls 1 always gets me thinking of? Metroid Prime, just in general, and
Yeah.
how its level design compares, because there's a lot in common with how the level structure works, because they, like, Dark Souls and occasionally Resident Evil, I guess, but it and Dark Souls are the main two, like, 3D Metroidvanias, and I'm also, God, I hope Prime 4 is good. I'm just now starting to get worried, because it's like, I feel like I'm not super worried yet, but it is like what even are they going to do? Like, are they just gonna do
here's the
Force
thing.
Awakens for Prime 1? Is it gonna be something weird and different again? Like,
Here's how I feel. I want it to be good. I care less now that we've gotten the best Metroid game.
I feel the same way, but Lid just thought the current
I
Dread
know.
was decent, so I imagine Lid is still like, this matters. I also, do you think that they're going to make it like a 30+ hour thing like Zelda and Mario were for Metroid? Or do you think they're going to be like, no, this should be 10 to 15?
I think it depends on if they're gonna do one planet, several like they did Corruption.
How do I... Get up there, asshole.
I don't know.
Thank you for the gorb.
You know, you asked earlier what Breath of the Wild 2 would have to do.
Yeah.
I don't think it can.
Okay, that's fair. What if it has a hook shot?
I think it'd still be really good.
You know,
But,
actually,
like, they'd have to do both
Not
stuff I
to
want
not
and
to
both
best
stuff I
Elden Ring, but to compete.
you know what it would actually have to do?
What?
Ditch Breath of the Wild.
Well, that's
just be a normal 3D Zelda game, but big.
that would be interesting. That's kind of what I want them to do. I took 40 minutes to do that mission.
I
though.
genuinely think, like, because there's a lot that Elden Ring has in common with Breath of the Wild, and I think that, like, the biggest difference really is that, like, Breath of the Wild's mechanics are a completely separate game from the world. Like, the physics stuff and the combat that is, like, just like a, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than Bayonetta bullet time, but worse. It's like you had something with the classic 3D Zelda, and you just threw it away for this mess.
I get why they wanted to do something different.
Yeah, because the thing is, like,
But
Skyward.
that's the thing, is that they kept a lot of Skyward Sword in Breath of the Wild, like the stamina system.
Well, that was the stuff that was different from 3D Zelda. Is more what I mean. Like,
They kept
here's
they
the
kept
thing.
things like shields breaking.
I don't mind the weapons breaking. Oh, it's so much worse in Skyward Sword for both those. I swear.
Oh yeah, like
It is-
Skyward Sword is it's definitely worse, but they still kept those elements, and I don't think it does the game any favors.
I would kind of like a compromise with the stamina system like it is in Elden Ring, where unless you're in certain situations.
This is
or
a
doing
maze
certain
level.
actions, it won't
Okay.
activate.
Eli, I can't hear you at all. It sounds like you're in a separate room.
He's talking.
Sorry, that's because I'm making dinner and I'm like going back and forth.
Oh.
By the way, Lid Eli, I'm assuming both of you are not interested in joining me for the Arkham Asylum stream on Saturday.
I'm not.
Oh, you know what? Even if I was, I have something going on.
That's fine.
Yeah, I unfortunately.
I'll
also
probably
booked.
plan. I'm planning on getting at least Bozo and Cole because they can definitely sure as shit talk about comics. And this time it'll be on topic.
I've actually beaten Arkham Asylum, but I don't like that game very much.
I like the Arkham series. It's good junk food for me. Okay, yeah, this is.
I seriously cannot fucking believe how massive this game is.
I know.
Like, have you seen, like, some people have joked around, like, this is like if a whole nother Dark Souls trilogy all came out at once.
You know what I think is the open world game that might be able to compete with this? Maybe. What?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hell no. I was gonna say maybe if they do something really cool with FF7 Remake Part 2.
No.
They would have to. You know what? I'm gonna say what Lid said about Breath of the Wild 2. Had they have to dish Breath of the Wild, they'd have to dish the FF7 remake parts of Part 2. And like,
Wait,
hate
okay,
FF7
are you
remake.
talking purely mechanically or narratively?
Mechanically.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I like the story.
I genuinely, I don't, I feel like, I feel like, man, they really just made a real-time system that has only the bad parts of the turn-based combat. Like, it's still a bunch
Going
of
through
waiting.
menus.
Like it's still a bunch of waiting, but now it's every time that you want to cast a spell, you need to mash A to do physical attacks to fill the bar up. I guess it's not A, it's X, but whatever. Or square. I don't know what fucking button it is. Game sucks. I don't care what button it is. That's not true. It doesn't suck. It's probably the best Final Fantasy since the PlayStation 1, but that doesn't mean it's great.
It's like turn-based, like RPG combat is meant to sort of emulate D&D style tactics.
Sometimes.
Where you're thinking about like what attack would work best against this enemy. You know, the Pokemon system basically.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it's like turn-based RPG makers don't understand that because they think the problem with that combat is that they need to streamline it more, and therefore they take out the complexity.
That's, man.
They keep trying to streamline it, so they give you less things to do. So it's just
That's why Final Fantasy VIII is the greatest JRPG ever made.
Like I would love a game that just gives you like ridiculous amount of tech.
See, I'm kind of the that's kind of why I didn't click with 6 that much, is I like it when my RPGs have clear class limits. I like or like either go FF5 where it is full customization for everything from the start, and it's about picking what you want each party member to do.
I don't care about customization. Like, to me, that is a waste of time. What I'm talking about is like a game in which you can choose which body parts of the enemy that you're attacking, and if you're fighting like a big knight dude, you can shoot a fire attack at his kneecap to weld his armor to his leg so he collapses.
I mean, that's not really any JRPG.
Yeah.
That's really like a Western thing. I
Yeah.
don't know any JRPGs that do that. unless
I
I'm
know,
mistaken.
that's why they suck.
Like I think
Contrarian
when
ass.
Disagree.
You need to play Final Fantasy V, Rye.
I think that the
Pixel
the
Remaster
main,
is on Steam.
the main way that I think that like quality decision making and tech manifests in JRPGs is a lot more in like games where it's like here are your spreadsheets, find the way to make the biggest number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm
And
gonna mute
that-
myself 'cause I'm gonna mute myself because I'm eating dinner, but I'm still confused.
Okay.
That's my jam.
You know what else I like about DMC1 a lot? It has some real good sound design.
Final
Like-
Fantasy VIII, if you know what you're doing, you can become basically indestructible by the end of Disc 1.
See, I'm not a super big fan of that because I like
I am.
I like it when RPGs are hard in a cool way, and I feel like
Well, okay, okay. The game is still hard. It's just that, like, battles get decided a lot faster than other JRPGs.
see,
Like,
okay.
there's still a lot of tough fights. It's just the tough fight is probably only going to be a couple minutes long.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say the tough fight is only going to be, like, turn 2.
There definitely are fights that end that quickly if you know what you're doing, but there are definite challenges.
I like the Chrono Trigger approach of, no, yeah, you got a bunch of good options that you can use, but the options are clearly predetermined. Like, it's using the limitation. Like, I think a good party system has some limits. Bozo cameo? Did Bozo show up? Was I missing something?
No, I haven't seen him.
Yeah. Maybe something happened on stream? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll do... Yeah, okay, the next mission I know is bad, so I think I'll do one more. And then I'll call it. Can't really afford anything I want. I'll just save red orbs.
You mean Rorbs?
Yes, I mean roars. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. Okay, look at this. Oh, wait, no, this isn't the swimming part. I thought it was gonna... What the fuck? Oh, there's a bounce pad there. That's funny. So, I think one of the things that I remember hearing, I forget what the context was in like a Super Best Friends play thing. Do you think there's an argument to... Where do you stand on when it comes to getting games where you start with the whole move set and it's about expanding on that, or getting constantly new moves throughout the game? I mean, obviously both are good, but which do you like prefer, generally speaking?
Give me all the moves.
I like.
If you're giving me all the moves, it can't be too many.
Yeah.
I know this is antithetical to Super Mario 64 #1 fan lid here.
Yeah.
But
if you had to unlock the long jump, for example, that game would literally be a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you like I think it's a case by case thing. I would say if
Super Mario 64 is the perfect way to do like the
yeah,
farmer.
because
It is the if they had like 2 or 3 more moves in that game, I would like be overwhelmed.
And I would say something like Metroid Prime is the obvious example of how to do the opposite, where it's you're constantly getting new cool abilities that. Oh,
Let me think. How would they even do more moves in Mario 64?
I mean, they do it in Odyssey.
I guess, but
but that's not. I'm talking about
That's my problem with Odyssey.
I'm talking about permanent
I guess-
upgrades to the moves to the upgrades.
I guess the thing is, are there actually more moves in Odyssey?
Yeah, because your movesets are less moves.
Okay, well, but what I'm thinking is Mario 64 has a lot of moves. Like,
Yeah, to my understanding, I mean, I think Odyssey just has all the Mario 64 moves, and then
no,
added
definitely
more.
not.
It doesn't
missing?
have punching. It doesn't
It
have.
doesn't have punching. It doesn't have the pepper grinder. It doesn't have
Does it have the galaxy homing long jump?
There's some well, but we're comparing it to 64 though.
I know. I'm just asking.
It doesn't have little kicks. Mario 64 is the only game with little kicks. Do you know what little kicks are for?
Oh right.
No.
If you hold down the A button and press B, you do a little kick in place, but you can move a little bit and you can use it to go up slopes.
Half A press.
Yeah, half A press. Like there are probably moves.
Oh, is this the enemy step tutorial?
Oh, there's the drop kick. That's one that gets forgotten. Like that's the thing is like Mario 64 has a lot of moves for basically every button combination you would want to do. It's just that most of them aren't super important.
Yeah.
Like you have like your core, you know.
I love how bad
like
all of the JPEGs in this game look.
Where like the game is intuitive enough that like you can just pick it up and you know the average kid could probably beat it with enough time. But if you want to learn everything, it's there.
Lid, you know what's an example of a game series that I really like that does not need unlockable moves?
Devil May Cry.
To an extent, yes, but I like because I think DMC you could very easily get overwhelmed. So I think because it means you get a chance to adjust to learn every individual move. No, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Yes.
There is no reason those games should have unlockable moves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like, and here's my problem. This is why I stopped playing Devil May Cry and why I'm bad with character action games. Mario 64 I think works, and this is a very stupid distinction, but this is how my brain works. I like Mario 64's moveset so much because it doesn't tell me what is and isn't there. Like when I play Devil May Cry and I go into the menu and they're laying out like what the combos are and like do these 4 attacks and you'll do these moves and blah 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 blah. The minute I see those and I like try to do them and can't, I feel like a failure.
See, okay, 3 I think you'll like more because it's you can just mash your way through, but how the style system works is you constantly have to be doing different moves and different attacks and switching between them, and it's very much I did not look at that menu once, and I have a pretty good idea of how to do most of the moves in DMC3.
Yeah, like
don't read. You can just feel your way through all of them.
Like if I can go to the FromSoft since everyone's talking about them now, like if you play Dark Souls 1, you can play through that whole game literally just sword and board. You block with your shield, you roll with B, and you do the right bumper light attack, and that's like all you need. And even that you like don't need a shield, and you can do it just dodging and light attacking. And then there's like other kit with like different spells and strong attacks and rolling attacks and sprinting attacks and blah 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 blah. The average Dark Soul player, I want like a poll to see how far into the game they were before they learned how to like kick.
Kicking
Oh,
is
yeah.
yeah. You know
And
what's
that's the crazy thing, though, is that like, is Dark Souls and Mario 64 are very interesting because both of those games tell you how to do all those moves right at the beginning. It's just you have
know
to
what's the
sit
best
there
example
and
of it,
read
though?
a sign to know that.
You know what's the best example of it though? Wall jumping in Super Metroid. It's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's the classic.
Because you can do it through the whole game, but they don't let you know you can wall jump until you get to the bottom of a very long hole that enemies are wall jumping up, and you have to match their fucking pattern. And there's a save room in there, so if you save your game, you're trapped until you learn how to do it. There was another thing I was gonna bring up that's like, in terms of you know what's an example of a thing doing it bad? Rai, you've played Hollow Knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how it's kind of bad that the game never tells you that you can pogo on spikes.
You can pogo on Spike Hollow Knight?
Yes, 100% you can.
Fuck off!
Have you beaten
That's
that
pretty
game?
funny.
Have you beaten that?
I got to near the very end in which it gave like a really hard challenge, and I was like, "This is not worth it." I don't know.
You didn't know that you could pogo on spikes. Thank you for proving my
No,
point,
that
Eli.
would not have helped me at the point where I left off, because that was not relevant. But yeah, I had no idea you could pogo on spikes.
Yeah.
It never tells
I
you.
don't. I
That's not
think I
something
knew
makes
that.
any sense.
I think I knew that, if only because there are parts in the game you can only get through by pogoing off of enemies.
I don't know. Pogoing off of enemies makes sense, but pogoing off of spikes for me does not seem intuitive. That seems something you would not want to do unless you know that.
I think my biggest gripe with Hollow Knight as a game is when you get hit by a spike, you instantly teleport to the beginning of your room, which is so ridiculous.
Hollow Knight is like top 3 Metroidvania for me personally. I really like that game and I can't wait to stream it. But yeah, some of it's, I'm never gonna do the Path of Pain. Fuck that.
What's the Path of Pain?
So you know the White Palace, Rai?
I have not beaten the game.
Okay, so the White Palace is a super late game area. Basically, it turns into Super Meat Boy. The Path of Pain is the secret part of the castle where it turns into the harder versions of levels from Super Meat Boy.
Andy, that's where I left off.
How did you get there?
How did you get? That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
How did you get that far in the game without knowing you could pogo on spikes?
I mean, to be fair, Lid, you can go around a lot of shit in Hollow Knight if through sheer tenacity.
I guess, but
Lid,
still.
You remember Pat got to the crystal area without the without the dash and just the wall jump.
How do you play that game at all without dashing?
You don't fight any bosses. You just go explore areas.
I want to say I did get the dash.
Yeah,
no.
I just mean like
because,
like that game.
Yeah.
Like the minute I got the dash, I'm like, oh, thank Christ! I could like, this is a bearable pace.
By the way, Rai, you want to know what your last upgrade is?
In Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
Well, don't tell me. I want to get it.
Oh,
I don't want
okay.
to be spoiled.
Spoiler alert.
I thought you were talking about
somewhat recently.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about you gave up on it because it's
No. I was playing somewhat recently. It's hard to discuss progress, I guess, in that game.
What's the last boss you fought, or I guess?
Here's what I'll say. I've unlocked recently the big knife that lets you cut the tree orb things.
Oh, the soul knife.
And yeah, and when you look on the map, there's the 3 bosses marked in areas you haven't gone to yet.
Have you gone back to the first area?
The town?
No, the crossroads.
I climbed the big cliff in the top left and dropped back down into the starting area. Yeah.
Did you notice anything different? Like maybe there's a lot more orange in the area now? Or is that not triggered yet?
I don't think so because I don't remember that.
Because the first
It
area...
It does happen. Yeah, but I don't remember when.
Because I'm pretty sure unlocking the 3 masks on the map is what triggers the first area to change.
I don't recall. But also, it was so long ago that I played the starting area that I wouldn't remember a difference.
You'll know the difference.
I hate
Cause...
Hollow Knight now because of this pogo thing. I'm so mad.
Hey, at least now you'll know when you go into Silk Song.
In
Assuming they don't
2025.
change it.
That game is never coming out.
No, it hasn't been in purgatory for
It
quite
doesn't
long.
exist.
For quite long enough. I will say, if we don't see a
Kidding.
trailer by after E3, then I'm going to be worried. But maybe not even by the after E3, by the Game Awards. If we don't see a trailer by the end of the year, I'm going to be worried for Silk Song. By the way, fun fact, Eli, I don't know if you know this, March 20th, we're getting the announcement for the release date of Freedom Planet 2.
I do not care.
Well, no, I bring that up
Freedom Planet
because
1.
Freedom Planet 2 came out in 2014.
You mean Freedom Planet, the original?
Yeah, Freedom Planet 1 came out in 2014. The announcement was for 2 was like late 2015. The demo came out in 2016 or 17, I believe. It's insane how... Where the fuck does this game want me to go? Okay,
I
so
mean, I know why some games have really long development cycles.
Yeah, no,
I
they're...
understand with Zelda. I understand why Cuphead does because they have to draw.
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah, no, that's I
insane.
literally have lost all interest in, because I like which character did you play as when you played Freedom Planet? Did you play as the dragon girl with the dash or the cat girl? Do you remember?
Who are you asking?
When you played Freedom Planet, what character did
I
you
never
play?
played Freedom Planet.
Oh, okay, you just looked at it and went, no.
Yeah.
I like Freedom Planet, but if you're not playing as Lilac, the game is a lot worse. Because one, she's Lilac has a dash with iframes that you can do midair, and that's better move than anything else any of the other characters can do in that game. Where the fuck do I go? What the fuck? Oh, do I need to Ifrit? No. What does it mean? Lid, could you look up where to... Oh, wait, you're playing Elden Ring. Rai, could you look up where to... Or are you also playing Elden Ring?
Rai
I can
is
look it up, but I
muted.
don't know what to look up.
Alright, I'm just gonna look it up then. See if I have Pat and Woolie's playthrough on mute. Just in the background, and I'm skipping ahead. Okay, I'm past that. Past that. Do I need to go back up top, I guess? I think that might be it. But yeah, Riot, let me go over my list of things that I'm gonna stream with later this year. You ready? So, Arkham Asylum, Sonic 3 and...
Rise muted.
Oh,
and
okay.
Deafened.
That's fair. Never mind then. It's called Statue of a Knight. Looks like something was placed there. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, where do I'm missing a collectible, I think is... Let me check if I have that item in my inventory. Alright. I missed something. God damn it. Let me fall to the fucking thank you. So what'd you make for dinner, Eli?
Just some spaghetti with marinara. You know, I wanted to do something that'd be.
Yeah,
pretty
my dad
easy
made
to
red sauce
make.
over the weekend, so I made a bunch of pasta this morning to have backup, so I can just have meals.
Yeah, you know, just so easy to
Spencer's
do
been
while-
he's been talking up bulk cooking, and I think there's in like many things Spencer is right about it.
There's an advantage there, but you know, I don't really need to do it right now.
No, no, definitely.
If I had to, you know, leave for work every day, you know, rather than be at home, I would maybe want to do that. But you know, once I'm done with what I need to do,
Oh, I
just-
don't think I went down here is the reason why we've been stuck in this for a while, because I... Oh, is this not the right area? Whatever case, I'm gonna get some new moves.
You know what's funny is that while there are more swamps than there have ever been, mechanically dealing with it so far has been the easiest it's ever been.
Oh yeah.
Because all of the ones I found, except for a couple of small caves, you're able to just ride your horse, who can't get poisoned. So that's kind of funny. Because I wonder if there was a version of Elden Ring early on where the horse could get poisoned. And oh god, that's not good for you.
Someone went, we should change this.
Some modder went, we should unchange this at some point. Because you know there are Souls fans who are absolute sickos.
There are Souls fans who will say, so they added these new spirit summons, and there's Souls fans who say that not only like will they not do them, but just like you can't do them, or that's not really playing the game. I think that's
All
the
right,
game
that's
gives
where I
you
was
it as an
supposed to go.
option.
Okay.
You should use it if you want. You know.
I've been using them here and there.
I will say, I was really struggling the first stream. I'm now very confident that I will be able to beat this game on stream at least. Okay, let me fucking DT these
I'll say
assholes.
the main reason I haven't been using them more is because I don't want to do catacomb dungeons to get the upgrade materials for them.
That's fair. I got mine to like level 4, but he also costs 104 FP.
Lid,
So
Eli, do you get bothered when you have this amount of health in video games, basically when you have a full bar and then +1?
Yes. Yes.
It's not ideal, I'll say that.
Yeah. It's definitely worse in some games than others. Like, I don't really mind it in like a game like Metroid, right? Where it's like you have a row of like 6 or 7 E-tanks and then one. But because it's like...
It's worse when it's a bar.
Yeah. If it's segmented, it's like...
And this
okay.
game I understand, because 4x3.
I am back.
Oh man, who's this mysterious blue Chad? I wonder who he could be. If they remade this game, do you think they would make him talk?
Mellow Angelo?
Yeah.
Did he say anything
Oh, yeah.
besides power,
He would-
motivation?
Oh yeah, you would just say power.
Yeah, no, that's... I think we should get some very clear Dan Southward grunts. Oh my god, this is so much easier than the first form. Oh, this is real good music.
What is everyone's thoughts on like pursuer bosses? Like bosses that just keep coming back?
Depends on the execution. Like, I love a good rival. There was nothing...
Depends.
Like, Devil May Cry 3
I
has
wonder-
the greatest pursuer boss of all time because you're pursuing him.
What's better, a pursuer boss that's tied into the plot. That's like, oh, it's your rival, or it's a main character, and there are plot reasons why you're fighting them over and over again, or there's someone you beat early on and they hate you, so they keep coming back to get revenge, or a returning boss that just isn't explained. It's just like Mr. X, or
All right, here's what I like. I like
It's
if it's
still
either going to be Virgil level cool or
Yes,
complete
because
loser.
Devil May Cry 3 has literally the greatest returning boss of all time.
What does?
Devil May Cry 3.
Oh yeah, the jester guy.
No, literally. That's a good joke. That's a good joke, Eli. Fun fact, I did
Thank
not
you.
realize... They added him in, by the way. He was not in the base game, and they were like, you know what? You need to fight him in Special Edition.
That's great.
You know what
No,
they,
so
they should
I
get a
am looking
mod
if it's
for? You know what I would
Virgil
like
or,
a mod for?
Yeah. What?
A mod that keeps the boss fight the same, but switches him out with the other form of him. Not spoiling for Rai.
is it Mariachi Virgil?
No, it's Mariachi Dante, actually.
Ah, okay. Shows my knowledge of DMC.
It's literally Joker.
Sick.
Sorry, Jester.
So I have not played much of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but
Yes.
one thing I do know is that Virgil is the best character in the game.
Much like
And
all
I've seen
things,
stuff that he can
Virgil.
do, and it's crazy.
Fun fact about Virgil: he is literally right. He has been a playable character in several games. He has only been playable in the special edition re-released or DLC for those games.
You think they will ever
And
get
he's
just a
also great
Virgil
at all.
standalone
No.
game?
So Eli, I've talked with Lid about this, but I have two. You know what I want from a DMC6 if we ever get one?
What?
I want them to be about the split party. So I want it to either be Nero, Lady, and Trish doing like small odd job missions and like an episodic thing, or I want it to be a whole game that's Dante and Virgil exploring the underworld. That's
Yeah.
I want that. I don't want to have Dante and Nero hang out in DMC6. You can have them both playable, of course, for Bloody Palace and stuff like that.
Or
but-
like hang out like at the end.
yeah, you can have that be the sequel hook. But it should be, because DMC5 ending is character. They should, because like one of the most dumb things of all time is that like, for me is Shadow couldn't even stay dead for one fucking video game. I love Shadow. I think Shadow is unironically cool, but it's so stupid that he came back immediately the next game. If you're gonna kill a character and it's a major character and you have a bunch of long-running series, you need to keep them dead for a game at least.
I think you should keep them dead permanently.
I think that's respectable. I think that's a good choice, but I think at least doing one game can be fine, because there needs to be a sense of time for them to come back if they're going to bring them back. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, of course. You have to feel their absence.
yes.
I just think that absence should be felt forever.
That's fair. That's probably a smarter and more restrained thing to do.
Hey, do you want to hear my kitten?
Yes.
Sure. That's a good kitten. Is that just you talking in the mic?
No, that's him sniffing and purring. I don't know if the purring came through.
I did. It
did.
did. Very noisy.
Yeah.
Very good kitty.
He's very happy.
I'm glad.
He's doing that thing where, like, you know, you like scratch a cat under the chin and they like close their eyes and stick their chin out a little and they're like, yes, this is very nice. I'm quite happy. He's just doing that sitting in my lap, like I'm not petting.
By the way, you're never gonna get some dog action on my streams with my because my dogs are kind of a pain in the ass on this floor, and I have a desktop. So if I had a laptop to stream on, maybe. Oh wait,
I wanted to ask, what is a game or mechanic that you've always like wanted to see happen, but haven't so far? And I don't mean like a specific game like
Well, I
Sonic
tweeted this
Adventure
yesterday.
9.
I tweeted this yesterday, right? I want a real grand high fantasy stealth game that's doing like Odyssey and Hobbit type stuff, where you're sneaking around and
you-
looting giant monsters.
I thought about replying to you with this. So you want a new Thief game that doesn't suck?
That's funny because the best Thief game is purely the one that is the most industrial cyberpunk.
I like this is kind of a cop out because I know like you're talking in terms of aesthetics, but you really are just kind of describing Sekiro.
Yes, but you can't stealth everything. You still have to fight normal action game boss fights. I don't want that.
Sometimes.
No, well, not sometimes. All the time is what I want.
Well,
boss fights are just Souls games without shields.
the actual like here's the thing though. So the actual boss fights, like you walk into an arena, a cutscene plays, and then there's a boss that you're stuck there fighting because there's a fog wall you can't go past. Yes, that happened. They are very, very few and far between. What is littering the world are mini bosses, which are like head to head, almost as tough to fight. That you can just stealth and like get the jump on and stab in the back.
I
or
get that,
jump on
but
their heads.
that's still like I get like Sekiro. That's the frustrating thing about Sekiro is it's only almost what I want. I want something that is 100% what I want.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
know
just
what
like
kind of game I
even Metal Gear Solid, like you can't sneak past the whole game.
That's true. That's true. You do have real like bosses, but I think the difference is like in between MGS bosses is that those are exceptions to the rule, whereas I look at something like that, like I don't know, like that, and also considering what I've heard about Sekiro's like difficulty and stuff, it's like I'll probably play it someday, but I haven't even touched Dark Souls. But I'm probably not going to play that until at least bare minimum I play through DS3 and Elden Ring, and maybe Bloodborne if that comes to PC.
Here's the thing: the ratio of stealth sections to boss fights is completely comparable to a like Metal Gear Solid game if you choose to play it that way.
That's
If you
reassuring, at least. That's something.
Like you can play it like the regular game.
The other thing
stealthing.
is the other problem with that is that also with Elden Ring's or with Sekiro's existence is that fucking FromSoft, I'm pretty sure, owns the Tenchu license. So you could have just made a real stealth game instead. Actually, let me double check.
My favorite mechanic that needs to be in more games.
I know what you're gonna say.
You do. In fact, just go ahead and say it, just because. I want to know how well.
Rye, have you played Wario Land 4?
Yep.
No.
That's
So
one.
in Wario Land 4, the mechanic of every level in the game is you enter a level, you go through it, you explore, you get collectibles. Halfway through, you hit a switch. And and the game says, "Hurry up!" A timer appears, and you have to get the fuck out of the level, or you will die. And that is every level in Wario Land 4. It's a really cool mechanic.
Did
It's
you have to
also
go?
in
Is get the
Dragon's
fuck
Never
out?
Good Game.
Does getting out of the level mean returning to the start of the level?
Yes,
Yes,
but you do go through different pathways sometimes.
Yes. Hitting the switch that opens the exit also changes some of the paths through the level.
So it means your level is constantly switching from slower, more exploratory platformer to fast-paced, gotta go as quickly as possible precision platformer.
Yeah, like it's like you go through the level slow, you learn it, you know, go through and find everything, and then you hit the switch and it's like, okay, time to go. But there's also some levels where actually you can't get all the collectibles until after you hit the button.
Yes.
So you better be on your toes.
It's the Metroid Prime system.
No, except every level was the self-destruct sequence.
It's more than a dozen microcosmic Metroid.
Yeah, it's
escape sequences.
it's literally what if every level was the opening of Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is I'm pretty sure, built Fusion on the same engine.
Yeah,
as
Fusion
Wario Land
and
4.
Zero Mission on the Wario Land 4 engine. Because it was the same team. Man. Lid, I just realized something. What if instead of Metroid 6, Mercury Steam makes the new Wario Land?
Don't fucking get my hopes up like that.
Also, Eli,
It's not gonna happen.
what is your favorite Wario Land?
4.
Okay, I had a feeling you were one of those people who prefers 3, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a
No.
It is a
Like
the ones I like are 4 and the Virtual Boy one.
Virtual Boy Wario Land is great.
yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a more polished version of what 1 is going for.
Has anyone in the call read The Magician's Nephew?
No.
Why
So-
does that sound familiar?
That's
It's the first. It's the first Narnia
Well,
book
chronologically.
Yeah.
Oh, then no.
It's basically the Narnia book that is here's all the fucked up Old Testament stuff.
There's literally there's so like the thing with that book.
Is Wario in it?
No, Wario is not in it.
Right?
But there's like a world between the worlds where like all the worlds are connected by this like supernatural forest where like if you wear a magic ring and jump into these different pools of water, it brings you to a different world. And the world that the witch, like the witch from Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, the one that she is from is this giant like world spanning ruined castle that basically when the main characters wake her up, the whole place starts crumbling down. And like that's like, oh man, imagine Soul's Wario Land 4, shitty rundown apocalyptic fantasy place.
See,
where
Lid, I know
get
what
the
you're
magic
thinking.
trinket and it all falls down.
I know what you're thinking, but that kind of could very easily turn into Bed of Chaos 2.
Wrong.
Okay,
I believe in From
but
Software
for
now.
a different example, to go back to what I was talking about, the thing that I go is, what if you were playing a stealth game where you had to loot stuff, and no matter what you did, every time you grabbed the main collectible you went into, an alarm sounded, and then you had to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
You know what,
I just
Andy?
keep thinking of,
Andy, let's just combine our game ideas.
Yes!
And make the high fantasy stealth game where you get the MacGuffin and have to run out.
Or else the
Yeah, that would be
dragon's
cool.
going to kill you. Yeah, no, I like this. This is...
that would be cool as hell. My
You know
thing
what
is like,
game I think they should make?
What?
What if Mario had a water pack?
Imagine.
that would be crazy.
Oh,
dude.
I actually had...
That's too out there.
I actually had an idea for a Sunshine sequel. That's pretty cool. So the gimmick would be that you're at a ski resort instead of a tropical island in the mountains, and the gimmick with the change is that you have different water types based on temperature. So you'd have like a boiling water power ups and a set of ice power ups to control things.
That could be cute.
Yeah, I think that's how I would. I think that because the thing is, like, I think Sunshine, for all of its faults, there is enough there where you could make it a better game in its sequel.
Going to Lid's point, I want to ask the question: why do escape sequences in games always suck?
They don't always.
Yeah, I don't think they always do. Like, what sucks?
Give me some bad ones.
I can't even like think of a specific one that come to mind, but like every time I get in one where it's like, oh, we gotta get out of here, it's like very clearly like there's no actual stakes. It just means like, oh,
that's fair.
play through the level, but now it's rumbling and rocks fall from the ceiling a little.
Okay.
Or if you're in space, it's the ship explode, like
Or-
steam shoots out of the walls a little bit because they watched Alien 1.
Like I guess. I guess my answer is play Wario Land 4.
I would also
Apparently, yeah.
its level design is rough. I also like its level design is really rough, but I love the concept and music of the level. Egg Rocket from Sonic Advance 1. So the gimmick of the level is you're on a spaceship and there's a timer going up into space, and there's a timer, and you have to get to a higher part of the spaceship before the other part just falls down and collapses into Earth. And it's like 3 or 4 different sections, and you're going, and each time the background changes because you're going higher and higher in the atmosphere, and the final one is just space. It's kind of an inverse of an escape sequence. It's like a get in there sequence. I'm trying to think of like other good examples. By the way, I'm not playing the game anymore. We can end the stream anytime if you want. I just wanted to not kill the conversation immediately.
Do we want to say goodbye to the stream?
I think it's fine to say goodbye to the stream.
Good.
Later, fuckers. We have
Uh,
our secret conversations to do.
I will see you on Saturday night probably for Arkham Asylum, assuming I can get people. Buzz and Cole will hopefully be there. See ya.